All right, just make sure you got earphones on and you're not playing back through the computer speakers. That way I'll hear myself when I talk. If there's any echo, that might be why. Okay, we're good.
I've got headphones. And,
yeah, you're good. All right, good deal. All right, let's reset this. I just need to get my pop-out chat done and we will be good to go. right, we are live. What's up, everybody? How's it going, chat? Thanks for joining us tonight. We have Mr. Barrel Barley here tonight, and Kingsley Mac is cameraless tonight, so you'll see his avatar. And I think we're about ready to podcast here. I'm just double checking to make sure all the levels are good on it. Everything here. How's everybody's week going? Everybody doing okay?
Good, real good.
Right.
I'm good if you mean us, or I didn't know if you meant
I meant
chat.
everybody. Anybody who wanted to chime in? Okay. All right, I think we're ready. Let's do it. Let's ready to podcast. Here we go. 3, 2. What's up, Guardian? Welcome to episode 317 of Guardian Downcast. I'm your host, Todd the Gator, and I'm a day one Guardian who loves gaming and especially the Destiny franchise. We're the podcast that's all about your stories, your community, and your destiny. For those of you who may have just discovered our little podcast, we're a weekly gaming show with an emphasis on the Destiny franchise, but we like to sprinkle in some entertainment and other topics of discussion relating to our hobbies from time to time as well. We also have roundtable episodes typically every month for a more diverse conversation, and that will be happening in 2 weeks. It'll be the last week of this month of August will be our roundtable episode. We've got that all pretty much tied up, ready to go. We got to get a few topics still, but we'll be good to go on that. For those of you listening right now on the podcast platforms out there and you want to check out our live shows, it's real simple. You just go to Todd the Gator. It's TODDTHEGATR on YouTube and Twitch. And now I do post the live shows in our Discord where you can listen in and actually see our beautiful faces. So all you have to do is click that RSVP event tab in the Discord server when I set up an event, and it'll actually notify you when we go live. We also engage with our chats in all 3 areas as well. It's Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, daylight time. And we also have replays of tonight's show on my YouTube and Twitch channels. If you can't make it live, you can watch our playback on that as well. Then, of course, the audio version is always available for all of our podcast apps out there. You can go to our website, guardiandowncast.com, to listen to any individual episodes whenever you like. This week, I have my co-host from the great state of Utah, Mr. Kingsley Mac, back with us again. How's it going, Mike?
Hey, glad to be here once again. It's an exciting night with a guest.
Yes, it is. We got I'll get into it. We got a hot topic tonight. This week, we have a brand new guest of the show. We're going to hear more about him and his Destiny journey. He's been a part of our Discord for over 10 months now. Man, has it already been 10 months? It just seems like you just joined us, man.
I know.
10 months.
It's been a ride, that's for sure.
Oh, my goodness. Well, when he did join us, he jumped right in with both feet. He started gaming with the community. He's been very active in our weekly community games and raids and whatever else is going on in our Discord. And he actually messaged me about a month ago with a topic that he was very passionate about and wanted Kingsley and I to discuss it on a future show. And I thought, man, since it was his idea, I think he should come on the show and talk about it with us. So please welcome to the show, Mr. Barrel Barley 406. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Man, this is a great night. You guys kind of lay out the red carpet for everybody, I've noticed.
Well, we like it. We like it to be a good show, man. You're still getting a little bit of static in your mic. I don't know if that cord is messing up again, but just letting you know while you're talking.
Okay.
I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
Technology, man. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
As usual, I'll report on any pertinent information from This Week in Bungie, This Week in Destiny from Bungie. And yeah, we got some good news this week. Got some good news coming our way for us Warlock brothers and sisters out there. But for our main conversation this week, Barrel Barley will give us an introduction to our topic of the week, which I'm certain will raise a few hairs in the community this week. If there's any questions from I believe it will be. If there's any questions from our community, and we do have several questions from our community, we're going to answer those later in the show. So if you do have a question in the chat tonight, write it down. As Kingsley says, use a Post-it note and ask us later in the show. We'll also share our community's feedback with our question of the week in our Discord. This is a survey we put out concerning specific question of the week that I ask, and I'll usually sound off on the results and read any comments from our Discord results. And if you want to be more involved, speaking of community, it's discord.gg/Guardian Downcast. If you want to join our Discord community, it's our Edge of Fate grind continues episode. So if everyone's ready, let's roll. Hit the right button? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. All right. We're going to get into it, guys. What we're going to do first is just catch up with our week with all three of us here, and then we'll get into the interview with Mr. Bear Barley here, and then go from there. So let us start. Let's start with Barrel Barley. Here we go. All right. Before we get into our before we get into the TWID, all their Destiny talk, and our topic of the week tonight, I wanted to just go around the horn here and just catch up with everybody and see what they've been up to every week. And I wanted to ask you, Beryl, since you're here with us tonight, how are you enjoying Edge of Fate, man? Edge of Fate, is it something you're digging, or is it something like Kingsley where you're pouting and not happy about all the grind? And see, I can do it because he's not on camera. He can't give me a bad look.
So I am a bit of a grinder. I really do like. I like the new content. I'm very much a fan of it. The little magical ball that you turn into is a little gimmicky, but overall, I'm very pleased with it. All the little secrets to go after is pretty good. Like it's been a lot of fun.
Okay. You enjoying the Solstice event? Have you been playing a lot of that, or?
Not as much as Arms Week. I got my sharpshooter
Yes.
title.
It's a great title.
Went for it. I hopped into Crucible, or what was the
Hardware.
hardware.
That's a fun game mode.
Yeah, I did that for like 3 hours straight, just to get the title.
Yeah.
And that was a ton of fun. Yeah.
Good
But no,
deal.
not as much as the Solstice event. No, I haven't played that much. Just been really busy this week.
It happens, man. It happens. Yeah, it's man, I've been loving this event. It's been really good. I've had a lot of fun doing it. We always ask, is there any TV shows or any movies, anything you want to give a shout out to? Or sounds like you've been pretty busy, but is there anything I want to mention?
Yeah. So recently, I guess my wife and I finished that show, the BBC show, All Creatures Great and Small. I don't know if anybody's
No, I haven't seen that yet.
seen that one. It's a really good one. It's it covers the story of a veterinarian during World War II. So that's kind of that's the premise of it.
Wow,
And
what a
just
great premise.
memoirs. Yeah. It's a good show. They I think they're on season 5 right now. We just finished season 5.
World War II.
That's been pretty good.
Man, that sounds like a great series. Yeah. Fantastic,
Yeah,
man.
and it's loosely based off of like true events and true stories and all that. So, but they take liberties.
These are
but-
probably like war stories, right? Like in letters and stuff that they've probably collected from history.
Well, no, actually, he wrote books.
Oh,
Yeah.
Excellent.
James Harriet is the guy's name.
And it's called, say the title again so people can know.
All Creatures Great and Small.
Man, that sounds like a great show. Excellent, man.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention that you've been doing this week?
That's been about it. Other than that, work.
I get it, man.
Not much time.
Mr. Kingsley Mack, what you been up to this week, man? We haven't talked. I mean, other than our raid, and we'll talk about that. What else you been up to, buddy?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to talk about now, unless you have a better time in the show to add
just
in.
jump. No, I can't think of a better time. Jump in.
Yeah, and by the way, I've heard of that show before. I think I'll bump it up my list a little bit to check it out. I didn't remember what the premise was about, but that's kind of cool. My mom, she didn't start a practice, but she studied to be veterinary science, and I appreciate animals and stuff, and so it'll be fun to watch. So definitely check that out.
JD Kent, we're definitely going to talk about that. Don't worry, I might catch up. I don't. Go ahead, Kingsley. Sorry.
Yeah. Getting distracted by the chat. Okay. So
Ball.
amazing week. We had a really good experience checking out the new raid, and I want to give a shout out to Tajo putting a group together, and we kind of just back channeled the group, just as chill experience to do this. And boy, I never thought I would be in a new raid, like first time passing things with Todd. And it's pretty fun, actually. I love it. Like I'm not saying that like you can't hold your own. I'm saying like, I just thought you would never be interested. You know what I mean?
Man, I had a great time. I got to give a shout out to my to how do I say this? My um my plate buddy allocate. Her and I were very good at communicating. It was part of one of the second thing we had to do, which was the 3 hydras, right? I don't know what they call the encounter, but man, I'm still thinking about that raid. I had so much fun doing it. Plate buddy. There you go, Tajo.
So had a really fun time. A shout out to Tajo helping put it together.
Absolutely.
And it was Tajo, me, Todd, Allocate, Zombie, and Sin for this week. Due to schedules, we'll see if that group can stay together for sure in the long run. But definitely, obviously, the raid is more approachable now that they've removed the stupid, in my opinion, constant -20 or whatever it was for the new raid. I think it was -20 because it was -10 for the old raids.
Yeah.
And they lowered everything by 10, so it's just more manageable now. And we were able, and it basically felt twice as easy, like literally, like you hadn't hopped in it, Todd, like we had the previous weeks.
Thank God.
But
it was already chaotic.
The boss went down twice as easy in that first encounter we did.
Yeah.
Like I remember doing DPS the week before, and it was crazy. And ads maybe not twice as easy there. I felt like they still hit maybe like 75% as much as the previous week, but at least it was at a level where it was fun and manageable if you didn't want to be try hard. And we were able to pass 2 encounters. Now, for us not
sight
being try hard, and not
for me,
caring,
sight unseen. For a lot of us, it's sight unseen.
Isn't that amazing?
That was really
like,
good.
When's the last time you can remember too, you've gone into a newer raid? This is still a brand new raid. And we're just with the group figuring things out. And I mean, Tajo and I even know some of the encounters, but basically we're figuring out together as our group, our team dynamics. And we actually passed 2 encounters. And the second encounter we did, so the first encounter was Wyvern, it's probably the easiest encounter. And then the second encounter we did was the Hydras. And definitely that one ramps up in difficulty just from even how many ads there are in the outside area to like the timing everyone has to do for the inside rooms. And we just barely squeaked that one out. We were about to like call it for the night too. And we were getting closer and closer. And aren't you glad we eventually got it at the end?
I'm so glad. I mean, we ran it enough times that it's really funny. I remember that encounter much more than the first one we did. And the first one we got through it pretty quick. I was surprised that we did. Our first full run through, we got it done. I mean, we faltered a few times to get to that point because it's about getting your reps, right? Let me say one thing though, jumping into that raid, not to interrupt you, Kingsley, keep your thought.
You're good.
When I jumped in, I wanted to jump in and learn right away. I wanted to be an integral part of the encounter. I did not want to just sit back and kill ads. I don't know if I'll ever do that again now. It is so much fun when you actually dive in feet first and just start trying to learn the encounter, the mechanic, For me, Kate and I had to step on the plates at the same time. Then we had to go into like a rotating eye that came off this little mini Hydra, and it was a pain because we had to traverse an interior cave, and there was all kinds of jumping areas we had to get around. And man,
I'm still seeing those eyes.
Yeah, and you still see this? Yeah, and
I still see them in my sleep.
yeah. You're cord again, just to let you know. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, it's probably just a loose cord. But the jumping right in and learning it, I don't know if I'm still stunted on Deepstone Crypt now because I never jumped in and learned the encounters, and I'm still kicking myself for that because it's a fun raid. But man, what a great raid, man. This might be my top. It's definitely in my top 5 raids, and I would say it might be a solid number 2, and we haven't even finished the raid yet. I heard the final boss was really fun. So yeah, just to add to what you're saying, Kingsley, I had a great time, man. What a great time.
Yeah. And honestly, there really aren't that many positions where people aren't doing stuff, but it is helpful still because like we were like in the thing you didn't realize when you're doing in the Hydra room encounters, like Taj and I had to do not as many things as you guys, but we still had to do some pretty crazy stuff at the last second, or else the whole thing would have fell apart.
Yeah.
But you're right though. The thing about when a team is going into a raid that's new is everyone is kind of forced to step up and learn positions. because it's not like a typical Sherpa raid where like, I don't know, like King's Fall that's been out forever, and it's like, let's just put the new people doing ad control just because it's easy and we just want to save time or whatever.
Right.
But we do kind of force everyone to kind of get in
Yeah.
positions and learn things and run things. And
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to run it some more. Yeah, it's definitely from what I've seen, and I've tried to stay pretty spoiler free too. I haven't seen Goblin or boss encounter mechanics yet.
Right.
But like I even been mentioning for a couple weeks now, from what I have seen and experienced in the raid so far, it reminds me a lot of Garden. I know the aesthetic's not quite the same, but the Vex and the mechanics in Garden when it first came out was kind of, I don't know if tense is the right word, but you had to, a lot of people had to be involved doing things. In Garden also, there's not a lot of just ad control positions. And that's why I really like this raid. I feel like it's going to be a perfect level, kind of one of these raids where
Mm.
people have to do enough to stay involved, but it's not overbearing and where we're
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, it's a slog like some other
Yep.
raids. So
Yeah.
really happy.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun. And I'm so happy because it's really the only thing in the game that's keeping me super interested right now because, yeah, like we all know, I don't enjoy the grind.
Yeah.
Not what Todd said. I don't hate the grind. I'm glad it's in the game.
I was just trying to
people that like it.
I was just trying to get you
Well,
worked
yeah,
up.
but I'm just saying the record straight in case people think
No.
I hate the grind. I'm glad it's there for people that like
Yeah.
the grind.
Yeah.
I just, for a game, I want content and experiences. And so I just ignore the grind.
Yeah.
Or I just get my number up if it happens to fit into things like
Right.
I'm doing some activities here and there. But
Well,
I'm
I
so
mean,
glad the
yeah.
raid's here because until Ash and Iron comes out with a little bit more new content, the raid's really the main thing that's keeping me in the game.
Yeah. It was just a lot of fun. I don't know what it was, man. It was just the mechanics just flowed really well. They were easier to learn. There weren't a bunch of symbols you had to worry about memorizing and stuff like a Val raid. But I don't know.
Never know. There might be later.
Oh,
And I honestly don't know.
You're right.
Yeah.
But you thought I was going to stumble on the jumping puzzles with all the ramps and stuff, and I just flew over it with my strafe glide. Right, Mr. Holloman?
No, I didn't think you were gonna on that part.
Okay. I saw Sin below me. He was a Titan, of course, just making long jumps and stuff. And I just sat there and sailed over everybody. Yeah, shout out to Sin.
You were behind. You were last place in the jumping
I definitely won't be the fastest, but I will definitely make it there with the least amount of effort.
So you didn't sail over him. You sailed behind him.
Okay. I was over him and I just let up because I didn't want him to body slam me off the ramp. Shout out to Sen. He did a great job killing all the enemies while I was in the cave. You have to have someone in there to help you clean out the enemies. Otherwise you'll just get inundated with, and he just knocked everything out for me really well too.
Honestly, in that spot, and again, it was a lot harder the week before, so you had it lucky. But Sin kind of joked too. He was like, he saw what you were doing. He's like, you had the easy position actually, the jumping up and just interacting with that thing. We had to get all the ads off of us and stuff. It was crazy. So
it was I had a great time. Like I said, it's good when you are thinking about it all week after you run it. So yeah,
it was so fun.
It's a good raid.
Yeah, so much fun. I really appreciate the group. It's good to have a chill group where we had fun. TV movie wise, nothing really too much to mention. Just sake of we'll have a long show tonight. I'm sure I can pass it over to you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Kingsley. I've been playing Edge of Fate every day. Every time I get home, I have an hour. I'm jumping on. I'm grinding. Solstice, what a success in my eyes. The weapons kick ass. I've got a ton of good rolls. I've got all tier 4 armor now. I've got one tier 5 class item, which I'll never take away. I'll never put it down. I got that from Solstice as well because it's a +1 right now, and it's a very, very rare chance you get a tier 5. I've got a couple tier 5 weapons as well, but tier 5 armor, man, I tell you, it is nice because not only do you get 11 slots, which you get that on tier 4, by the way, too, but you get this little extra node. It's like artifice armor where you can actually get you can get a little extra of one stat and to the detriment of another stat. It's pretty cool. Or you can do like a balanced set. It's really nice. Tier 5 armor is really nice. For those of you who grind it out, I think it's worth it. But I played the Battlefield 6 beta briefly last weekend, and I think it set a record of just on Steam alone of over 550,000 people that played that live beta, and the second week is going on right now, in fact. And here's the thing about Battlefield 6. It felt great. The nostalgia, I got very much Battlefield 3 vibes from it. But the problem is it really hasn't improved. It's like if we had a Destiny 3 and we just had the same old systems that we do now. It didn't feel like anything was new in Battlefield. I mean, granted, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to love playing Battlefield and getting, a squad of 3 other guys to help each other out and try to get the objectives done. But the blue light, the grayscale on the games, it wasn't nice and bright like some of the recent Battlefield games. So I hope they fix all that stuff, because it was a little dreary in some instances. But I don't know. I figure
there no new map?
Oh, well, the maps, yeah, there's new maps. They're going to have all new maps, that's for sure. But the thing about it is it's very chaotic. It's Battlefield, and that's what I love about Battlefield. But the reticle on the guns were too light. They were too small. I think they said they're fixing that as well. But what actually happens is it's really still hard to find the enemy. So as you're scanning, aiming down the sights, it'll auto scout. It'll auto, I can't think of the word, but it'll auto put the little Dorito above their head where you can see them. And all you're doing is just scanning and shooting. And I wish it was a little easier to see the enemy. We'll have to see if they improve that as well. But all that withstanding,
was that not like that in the last games?
The Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, but no, Battlefield 5 was that way. It was really bad. And the World War I version, I didn't like as well. I thought it was really hard to see stuff, but I just kind of fell out of love with Battlefield. But I might be getting my love back. I might be playing it as my side game, because it's just so much fun to play. And when you can really get into these battles, it can get really just chaotic and crazy, and you feel like you're right there. I mean, granted, there's definitely more accurate, realistic military shooters out there, and I've played some of them. They're like at a snail's pace, but you get shot, you're dead. But Battlefield's a good mix. It's not too cartoony. It's not Call of Duty. And at the same time, you feel like you're in the war. You feel like you're in the battle. So it's a good mix. I know it's going to do very well. And come October 10th.
It had the highest concurrent stream of any game on Steam ever.
Yeah. Auto ping. Exactly, Mr. Holloman. Yep. Cool. I hope they make some improvements in that. I just hope they bring back the color that they had in the last game, because I like the color in the last game, the vibrant colors and everything. Even the World War I game was very colorful. I felt like we're going backwards a little bit with like a Battlefield 3 game. So we'll see. Maybe this is why it's a beta right now. But entertainment wise, I did see one movie that's not usually my typical movie that I see. I saw it at the AMC with my AMC Stubbs A-list membership from AMC. I saw the latest horror movie called Weapons. It's starring Julia Gardner from Ozark, if you remember. She played the white trash girl, Ozark, the blonde-headed girl. And, of course, Josh Brolin. He's got to be the coolest star out there right now. He played, they both played their characters very well. Amy Madigan played the evil element of the movie, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but she stole the show towards the end of the movie. Now, I'm not the greatest fan of horror, and Paranormal Activity, it frickin' scarred me from watching most of these kinds of movies. But I'm still think about that bedroom scene at the very end.
Are you saying that?
God, I was willing to risk it, though. It's about a small town where an entire classroom of elementary school kids suddenly woke up at 2:17 at the same time in the morning, and literally ran out of their houses and disappeared into the darkness. It's the weirdest shit. It sounds intriguing though, doesn't it? So that's what got my attention. I must say that it's light horror. Overall, I compare it to it's not the Conjuring movies, and the gore was pretty light. It was pretty light. There was a little bit of skull bashing and stuff, but I left the theater really liking this movie for what it was. It was a very unusual movie, to say the least. You'll never see what's coming at the end, and I love that about movies. The critics and audience love this movie. Critics gave it a certified fresh score of 94%. Audience wasn't far behind with 87%. I give this one 3.5 stars. Really solid, really good movie, and I really didn't know what to expect on it, and I'm glad I watched it. So, yeah, she does play Silver Surfer. Yes, thank you, JD Kent. I forgot about that. Yeah, but in the Final Four, the Final Four movie. Yeah, what Final Four? What am I saying?
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the First Steps. Yeah, First Steps is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, thank you. The other show I want to talk about just came on FX this week. It's Alien Earth. 2 new episodes dropped this week, and I watched the first one. I'm going to watch the second one after the show tonight. What some of you may not realize, that if you watched the latest Alien movie, which I did watch the latest Alien movie from Ridley Scott, I think I gave a review on that one of like 4 stars. I think it was really good. It kind of picks up where that last movie left off, where the ship is in collision with Earth. That's how the movie ends. Without too many spoilers here, I just love how the series is kind of diving deeper into the synthetic forms of humanity, which explains so much more in depth all the synthetic beings that were involved in the original movies. There's actually 3 kinds of synthetic humans, by the way, but I'll let you figure out that when you watch the series. But so far, I'm loving it. And I'm actually listening to the podcast too, which they go over each episode one by one and talk about it. And I've been very impressed. So it's a very good show. Other than that, I think
that was a thing.
What's that?
I didn't even know that was a thing until today.
Yeah.
Like
There's
the Aliens Earth. Like I had no clue.
Yep. And I swear it seems like it just leaves off where Ridley Scott left his last movie off. So you know more about more of the political elements between these tech companies. It kind of mirrors real life. These tech companies are trying to assert themselves with the ultimate synthetic human. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to ruin too much. Only 1 episode I've watched. So from what I saw, though, it's really good. That's it for me this week. Let's get on to our interview here. We'll do that.
We have one last thing, though.
Oh, yes, we do.
Bet.
Oh, yes, we do. Well, we were going to talk this in the post show, but we can do it now, I guess.
You didn't say that?
Well, I put a question of the week last week, and the question of the week was, should we have a wager for me to get the Fated Weapon title, which everyone knows is not an easy title to get. There's a lot of grind in that. And if was it a race between both of us who was going to get it first, or
no?
Go ahead and state. Just state the terms.
The terms were you had to get it by. I wanted to do the earlier time, but we decided the December time, so by Renegades. So,
okay.
If you get the Fated title by Renegades,
right,
and now, so you agreed to take the bet, and now we will talk about the terms.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is a suggestion. We loved this one. We picked this one. Ronan Red Lion, you won.
He's the man.
What the terms are going to be, if Gator does not get the Fated title by December 2nd Renegades, he has to run 2 different HUDless raids. Okay?
I don't like HUDless.
If Gator does get the Fated title by then, I have to run 4 different Al Sector Crucible Nights.
That's going to be rough on you, man. I'll try to help you set up.
It actually won't be that bad. It'll be fine.
Okay.
And
pretty good.
And there was, he'd mentioned there may be over a month's period of time, but due to scheduling, we can't guarantee we'll do it over a month's period of time. I will commit to 4 different Crucible nights, and Todd will commit to 2 different HUDless raids. And we'll try to do them as soon as we can, of course.
Yeah, I think it'll be very entertaining.
Yeah, we'd love that.
I think it'd be perfect going right into Renegades. Probably a good time. I mean, we'll probably experience the Renegade stuff first and then probably go back to it.
Yeah, it'll probably be like
sort of later part of the year.
2 weeks after, who knows? But
probably later in the year. Yeah, maybe before. Maybe we'll do it for New Year's or something. But I agree to those terms. I'm saying that publicly right now. If I need to get the Fated Weapon title before Renegades is released, even if it is the last hour before the servers get shut off, I will get it done. It will be mine. I just want to get that title. I haven't really cared about titles in the past, but Fated Weapon, that's just a badass title.
It's so funny. You just go with titles based off of their names. That's hilarious.
If they had one called, badass Gator or something, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's do it.
But what if, that's what I was just going to say, the badass title, but you have to run like 10 contest mode day 1 completions.
What? No way. No, not doing that. But
see, you can't do every title just based on its name.
I can't. No, but yeah, okay. I agree to those terms. So I think people in Discord were like, hey, are you guys going to do it or not? What was shit or get off the pot here, and I'm not, I'm getting off the pot. I agree to those terms. And if Kingsley agrees to those terms, then it's a bet.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I'll take that as an affirmative.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks everybody.
The HUDless raid is going to be terrible.
It's going to be rough,
It's
man.
hard. It is hard.
I like my overlays. That's for damn sure. So,
That's-
well,
You don't even understand how hard it is.
No.
Even easy raids become hard.
well, I did the some of the solos,
Mhm.
the solo portal activity stuff
Right.
with no HUD,
Oh.
and it changes.
and it's not full HUD. It's like it's like a baby HUDless. It's not
We're
even
going to do
full
no
HUDless.
Yeah.
HUD for the raid. Like
Yeah.
literally no HUD.
I've done a few
Yeah.
HUDless portal activities, and yes, they're a pain in the ass because you don't know if if the enemy's close, if the boss is close to being dead or not. You just have to keep firing until you see him blow up. But yeah, there's some slight elements of the HUD that's still included in there. It's very faint, but yeah, I agree, man.
Well,
I don't like
I
HUDless
love
stuff.
it because it goes off of my suggestion. I always tell people, but no one wants to listen to me. But I think sound effects in the raid are
Yes.
the most important thing. You should turn down music, turn
Yeah.
up sound effects.
Yep.
And if
Oh,
you
dude.
learn to rely
Yeah.
on sound effects, you'll be okay if the HUD's gone because you'll know when certain things are happening because
Yeah.
there's always little audio clues. So
You gonna say something, Beryl?
No, I was agreeing
Okay.
with Kingsley.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be painful for each of us if we lose. So, I think it's a good bet. It has to be a little painful on each side, right? For it to be a good bet. So, this may be the one, guys. This may be the one I actually win. So we'll see.
hopefully you finally win.
I
it.
am going to reach out to JD Kent and some of my other players out there to help me get through that mythic run on Kepler. But, yeah, we'll get it done. We'll work on it a little bit every night. Maybe I'll even stream it so people can follow along. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the winner, whoever wins and the other person loses, we will stream that part as well. Somehow we'll stream it because Kingsley's going to be in my Crucible games. I can follow him around or something if I'm streaming it. But anyway, we'll get it. We'll get it done. All right, let's get into our interview right after this. All right, good job, guys. All right, let's get into it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Excited.
think we're good here. Yeah, we're gonna do a
Any
little bit.
improvement on the mic?
It's
Not
when
really.
when you talk, we're
It's
hearing
not every
it.
once in a while.
Let me ask you
Do you
this:
want me to?
Do you have
change over?
another USB cord to the mic?
No, it's like these things have like a special.
It's a weird
cord on the
USB.
backside.
It's like a
Yeah.
USB CA or something. It's like a weird.
Yeah.
Um,
I can switch over to my headset mic. I don't know if that would mess you up.
let's try it. Let's switch to it and see what
'Cause
happens.
I have one right here.
Yeah, let's try it. It might.
It works. It works pretty good. You just gotta. You'll probably have to turn up the.
We've had some really good
volume.
headset mics. I'll take care of it. Go ahead. We're streaming live.
Yeah, go
but
for it.
We're not
Probably
recording.
better than the crackly sound.
Yeah.
So
Just-
I'm sure no one
Just
will care
disable
what it
your
sounds
blue
like.
first and then enable your other. Are you on a PC? If you're on a PC, it should be real easy.
It's easy on all computers.
MJT2, man, I love that avatar, dude. What is that? What is that avatar? That thing's badass, man. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
It's easy on a Mac too, Todd. It's easy on all computers to do that.
Oh, it's the thing? Is that like the new thing? That looks badass, man. I like that. I like Mr. Hollowman's too. Yeah, I like that too. Nice. Cool deal. TN, is that your car? I'm just curious. What is that, a Beam? Is that a Beamer? Is that a Mercedes?
Did that work?
Yeah. You sound
How's
sound
that?
good. Yeah, you sound good, man. That's your
There
headset
we
mic?
go. Yeah, that's my headset mic.
Okay, good. You should be good then. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
There's no crackly. It
Nope.
picks up a little bit more of the background noise, like hearing your chair,
Nismo.
but like
Yeah,
least
I'm on a
nice.
wooden chair.
I like Nismo.
no, no worries, dude.
Oh, don't worry.
It's-
I just,
Mine
I'll
creaks
just
too.
sit as stiff as a board.
Mine,
No,
mine,
you're
mine
good.
creaks. You're fine, man.
I was just saying in case you cared, but like it's
No,
at least there's
no.
no
Thank you
crackly.
for pointing. No, thanks for pointing that out.
Oh, Scourge of the
Yes, I
Pass. Nice, Mr. Allman.
Keep that in mind.
Like it. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. All right. 3, 2. Okay, let's get to know this guy, Barrel Barley 406. This is the part of the show I love doing because it is about our community and I see a lot of people in our community, especially those that are very active in our community. And it just happened to be a question that he brought to my attention. He just sent me a DM asking me, I'd really like you guys to talk about this. And, sometimes that's all it takes, man, is just to get a little, just get you on my radar, and I'll have you on the show. So it doesn't take much. I mean, if you're active in our community, I want to talk to you. I want to know more about you, and a lot of our players do too. So that's why I think it works really well. But let me ask you this, Barrel Barley, where are you from, man, and what do you do?
So I am from the great state of Florida.
Really? What part? You don't have to tell me city. Just what?
Northwest Florida.
Northwest. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, the Panhandle.
You're a panhandler.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are you in the other time zone then, or are you still in?
Yeah, Central Time Zone. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, west of Tallahassee.
I got you, man. I know where you're at.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. What do you do for a living, sir?
So I am an electrician.
Really?
Yeah, construction.
You and Jealous should talk, because Jealous just got his certification too. He works on roller coasters, man, at in Ohio.
Yeah.
That's badass. So
Yeah, it's a good job.
I could probably use your
You
help
mean
right
HD
now.
Tech?
Yeah, I could probably use your help right now, because I was up in the attic. My son's running Ethernet through the whole house.
Oh,
He's doing my full networking in my house, and we were up above my office here, and they ran a separate. I guess the homeowner did it, because it looks like a homeowner did it. They ran metal conduit down the wall. It's a concrete wall, and they ran just some Romex up through it, just to one outlet. And of course, it's the outlet I run my portable air conditioner on, which has super amperage when I start it. And it was up there. It was looking a little toasty, and I was like, "Oh man!" They had it tied into one 20 amp breaker. I'm like, my son was cleaning something with a vacuum, and pop, there it went. I'm like, "Well, it makes sense. I got so much running on one breaker right now." So that's got to be pretty cool, though. So you do all the you do all the rough end wiring, then? Is that what you do?
So I do a little bit of rough end wiring right now.
Okay.
Currently, I'm more of like the quality control guy.
Okay.
So basically, when the house kind of gets towards the end, it's me, and then it gets turned over to the homeowners. So I'm the last person before the homeowner gets it. So
are you considered like a supervisor, or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I do like a lot of the quality control stuff, and I get to make a lot of very difficult phone calls.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No. I get to make a lot of very difficult phone calls, and I get a lot of very difficult phone calls just because of things I got to deal with kind of last minute. So
I got to ask you this, man. Do you think houses today are built cheaper in Florida than they used to be?
Yeah, so not really. So if you're going towards like so where I am on the Gulf side of Florida, they definitely do have a better like wind rating.
Of course. Hurricane rating.
But yeah, the hurricane ratings and all that. But so there's a community that I'm pretty close to, and it's all concrete, and basically so you have like the minimum code that you can meet for building standards. This development basically puts themselves above that code. They're like, no matter what, we're going to build it like one step higher.
It's a premium development. Gotcha.
It's a premium development. So there are actually developers that do that.
Okay.
But where I would say it's kind of lacking right now is like the bigger neighborhoods, like the bigger developers that'll come in.
Track housing.
And track homes. Yes. Those. Yeah, I actually don't know how they get by with some of that stuff. Like,
It's funny you should say that.
It seems a little sketchy.
I had a new client. They were down from New York, and she was trying to get the house squared away. She got bit by ants. And I went in this, I swear to God, I was going to take a picture of it and send it to our patrons. Every house is the same color. It's like a dark blue, like a medium blue. Every house looked exactly the same, but everyone had their lot. It was like a McMansion, it was a big 2-story house on this little lot. And she was sitting on the carpet upstairs and got bit by a bunch of ants. And it turns out they were carpenter ants, because the carpenter ants were following a water leak in her house. Brand new house, just was finished, built. And she had a leak down the wall, and it was coming out of the carpet and the tack strip and stuff, and the carpet was wet. And she said she was just sitting there, and all of a sudden all these ants started. But she had carpenter ants come in on a brand new house. Carpenter ants are notorious for following leaks through a roof. But the plumbers came out. It's like 3 younger guys, and they were like, "Yeah, we're here to look at your leak." And I guess it was all at the same time, and they were going to have to tear her wall out to be able to inspect I'm just saying, man, where's the quality control in these new houses? It kind of worries me a little bit. That's why I was asking you the question.
Yeah, and mainly with the track homes, because so some of the ones that we do, they're 41-day houses. So from breaking ground, clearing the lot, to handing the keys over to the homeowner, it's 41 days.
Wow.
Yes.
I know Florida's growing quick, but damn.
Yeah. So that's part of the issue. It's just so fast.
Wow.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Mr. Holloman says, send it to me. It's been my pick since 1,000 home development, 3 different floor plans. I see it everywhere where I live. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't. There's not much variety. That's for sure.
Gotcha. Well, I know it's not your mic now. It's definitely your PC. It's probably a driver. It's probably a sound driver.
No, I think it's a jitter issue with your internet connection.
You think so? It's only when he talks.
That's my guess.
Okay.
Well, I've got fiber optic.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, well,
His
you can
camera's
have
coming
fast
clear.
speeds with fiber, but if the jitter is having an issue, yeah, you're cutting out a little bit again. Yeah,
That's just the way it goes, man. That's live for you.
because drivers are so basic for audio things. There really are no
Yeah.
drivers
Yeah,
for
you're
a
right.
computer for audio stuff.
Maybe
but,
a sound card, maybe his
Oh my gosh,
not sound card.
Don't listen to that.
His graphics card, maybe, because there's a lot of sound
Oh my
involved in it.
gosh,
No?
even worse suggestion.
Okay, whatever. I give up. I know enough to break a computer. How did you
Are
find
you on wireless right now? Because wireless can also cause an issue.
your hardwired?
No.
Okay.
Okay, well that's good.
Hardwired,
You're not.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've had this problem before on my PC. I don't know. It was a fairly new PC too. How did you find our community, man? Just curious.
So I was playing Borderlands 3 a bunch.
Okay.
And I was looking for just information about the game, and I came across a podcast on Borderlands 3. And basically, in the suggestions part of Spotify was your podcast.
Really?
And yeah.
Okay.
So and I was like, a Destiny podcast? And this was kind of before I was playing Destiny.
Right.
Well, before I got back into Destiny.
Okay.
And like, yeah, I'll check it out. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Spotify suggestions. So
I'm gonna stop you there. Let's do this. I know we're live, but let's do this before we continue on. Do me a favor. Go ahead and just reboot your computer and everything, and reset your internet and everything, because I think it is an internet issue.
Or I was going to say computer. Has it been a while since you've restarted? It could be a memory leak.
Yeah,
Memory
I
leak.
did it yesterday. I
Oh, no,
restarted.
So it
yeah.
hasn't been that long then. Yeah.
I'm
So
thinking.
probably.
I'm thinking it might be a connection with our servers, with a Discord server, maybe. I just want his interview to come through clear. That's all. I just want it to be clear for
It's
everybody.
probably least likely Discord, or else we'd be having issues too. But yeah,
Maybe so.
and he's in Florida also, like you, so like you'd be having issues.
Yeah.
If it was a Discord server issue, it's probably most likely restart computer or internet, and then if that doesn't solve it, there's probably not much we can do.
I know it's a pain, man, but go ahead and do that real quick.
No, I can do it.
And I'll
I
go to
can
an
do it.
intermission screen, and we'll kick back on when you're ready.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, live chat. We're going to go to an intermission screen real quick, and then we'll jump right back on just a few minutes. It'll just take a few minutes, and then we'll drive back. We'll just jump back in when you're ready, and we'll pull you on the stage. Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. I'm going to stop recording there. Yeah, this is live. This is live, guys. This is what happens.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. Disconnect.
Yeah, this unfortunately is what happens, guys, when we have live. I can't hear any issue with the audio. Me and Kingsley can both hear it pretty well, and I think our Discord, everyone in our Discord could probably hear it as well. So,
Yeah, they heard it.
man, I'm telling you, the houses in Florida, they're building them so fast, dude. I really, I don't know how they do it so quick. I know they have crews. I know they have people that they just plug right in, plug and play, right? And get stuff done. But I was in that house, brand new
not
house.
Necessarily about,
Yeah.
Not necessarily about how fast, but it's like if you have a bigger company, they're not going to have quality control. They're not going to
Yeah.
care about that as much,
Right.
because, like, it's really just about, right? It's like people
Right.
that care do a better job. And when you have like a
Right.
big company that's just producing them all the time, we'll find ways to save money. The bottom line, they just want the bottom line, the dollar, the almighty dollar.
Yeah. Mr. Holloman, houses popping up almost faster than people can move into them. Feels like everything is growing. So Florida's going crazy, man. We get 1 million people here every month. That's how fast Florida's growing. Yeah. Yeah. The boy genius on Alien, Clovis Bray. That sounds right. Yeah, boy, he's got an ego too, man. That could be a problem. Yeah. And, I don't want to spoil too much about the show because a lot of people haven't watched it yet, but man, it was a great show. Really great. I think, I don't know. We'll see if I get that bet done. I have a good feeling. I've kind of looked over what needs to be done, and I'll probably just systematically just start knocking it out week by week and try to get it done. But man, I'm loving Solstice right now. It is so much fun. He is kind of making exos, kind of. They're not in a metallic skin. Well, I guess so. Well, but they're more humanoid though, JD Kent. That's the thing. They're soft tissue. They're humanoid. JD Kent, can you name the 3 types of synthetic humans? I'll give you the first one. They call them scents. Like scents, like synthesizers, scents. And there's two others. I got this from the podcast, actually, from the podcast episode where they were talking about it on that. I'm telling you, MJT2, where alien Earth picks up when the ship is on a collision course to Earth, that is exactly where the show left on the last Alien that I saw at the movies just recently. It left off. It's like they're picking up right from when the ship everything was killed from the ship, and the only thing that was left was a certain member. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Hollowman. Solo Ops has been a lot of fun. It's been tons of fun. I just love the fact that I can just jump on and get in, play an objective, set up my I've even been a little creative on what modifiers I put in to get and I always do A. I know you're supposed to do B+, but I always do A. It makes it a little harder, but I kind of like that challenge. But what I'm finding is, hey, Red Solo Cup. What I'm finding is, as you get, I'm at 355 now. What I'm finding is, when you get in the mid 50s and in your power levels, Bungie just throws a gauntlet at you. It takes almost everything. Especially if you don't have all the featured gear and weapons, it takes almost everything to fill up and modifiers to get an A rating on a portal match. It's really challenging.
Yeah, we already knew that in the 200s too. It was the same thing in the 200s also.
It is. It's when you hit that 50 mark. When you hit that, it's either 40 or 50. When you hit 40 or 50, it's like they flip the switch. And I think Ronan said it best. It's where they are trying to get you, they're trying to step it up where you're getting into the next level of the portal activities. So I'm on Master right now. The next one is going to be Grandmaster. And I'm very close. I think you have to be 360 to get into that. And that's the only thing holding me up from getting my Guardian ranks 8. And then it'll be on to 9 from there. I'll get to at least Guardian rank 9. And unless that's a part of the title, I have to get to 11. If that is, then I'll have to get to 11. But, let's go over that. That would be something good. That'd be something to go over, right? Wouldn't that be something good to go over? Is what's required of the title?
It's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
You have no idea. A lot of hard things too.
Well, that's the way it goes. That's what I got to do.
Yep.
That's what I got to do to get it done. That's why we played the game. I just hope Battlefield 6 doesn't pull me away too far in October. That's why I'm going to have to probably jump on it now and crank out a lot of this stuff now before I get to October 10th when Battlefield 6 comes out. So
yeah,
it's going to be rough.
On when we have our roundtable up, so I'm going to talk about games coming up. But September is a crazy month for me. There's a lot of cool games coming out September.
So what's your
that I'm
topic's going to
excited
be?
about.
You're going to talk about all kinds of games coming up? It's actually good.
I guess, because I don't really
topic.
have anything else.
Okay.
And I figured because I want to have a short thing, because I'm like, I don't want to have like 4 big topics because the show gets too long. And I figure I can just have a real short one. There won't be much to talk about. So
yeah. Mr. Holloman, I ended up at 378 at the end of my session tonight, thankfully able to just run Grandmaster without adding any modifiers to get the A rating. Yeah, if you get into it before you're actually 400, they definitely will help you out. They'll definitely hook you up, make it a lot easier, because they realize it's hard content and you're playing like 40 below, power. So Tazo says I've been helping people run Pinnacle Ops and do their GM and Master stuff for tier ranks. Nothing else really to do right now. Tasha, what is your rank? Are you 450? Are you over the 400s? JD Kent, sorry, I'm playing Starcross and trying to hype. Is the Mint retrograde? Are you farming
for people in the live chat, I'll give you a preview of all the games I'm looking forward to.
Okay. There's a lot of them out there. That's for sure.
And this is just me. Other people have other games they're looking forward to, but those are the games I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna, when I hit 400, I think I'm gonna do the same thing, Tajo. I'm gonna just, if I get a drop, if I get a Pinnacle Ingram or whatever, then so be it. But I'm definitely not gonna be in a hurry.
the Indiana Jones expansion is September 4th.
Oh, the addition to the original game.
Did you see my list in the chat, Todd?
Oh yeah, I see it there. Oh yeah, okay, I see it there. Ash and Iron. I'm looking forward to Ash and Iron more for Iron Banner. I'm really curious to see what they do in Iron Banner, and please don't
look at September. How many things are at least from my list? Look how many things are in September.
Please, Bungie, don't disappoint me. Iron Banner, please. Destiny, Borderlands 4. I'll be doing that too. AC Shadow's Claws DLC. I know I won't be doing that. Ghost of Yotai. I haven't played the original one yet. I want to play the original one first. Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, that looks really good. And then Destiny 2 Renegades. That's a lot, man. Battlefield 6 should be on that list, though. Battlefield's fun, man. Battlefield's a lot of fun. There's a lot of...
For people that like PvP stuff, I don't.
Hey, that ties in with a question tonight, Tajo, about deleting a prime drop. Yeah. JD Kent, my nephew thinks the unseen fifth specimen is a predator.
Yeah, TN Laser. So the people that didn't know Indiana Jones expansion was coming out, did you guys actually play the Indiana Jones game? It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I didn't play it. I've got Game Pass now though on PC.
Oh, it's on you. So. Oh, check it out. Yeah, it's I think it's still on Games Pass. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
For those of you who just joined us, we're just waiting for our guest to get back on. He was having some internet issues, some technical difficulties, and I didn't want to keep recording with a bunch of static in his line. I want to make sure he gets a good, clean recording here before we carry on.
Yeah, we'll add him back to being able to speak as soon as we see him pop in.
As soon as he gets in. Well, maybe he just said, hell with this. I'm out. I'm running.
No, hopefully not.
I'm out. I can't do it. I'm out. We're just going to start the, I think we'll just, I'll pick up on the interview where I left off. It sounded pretty clear to begin with. It just kept going downhill from there. You think it's going to be a predator, huh? I'm curious myself. I haven't watched Mr. October, so don't spoil anything. I'm watching that tonight after the show ends. I wanted to watch it earlier, but I got my other stuff I watch too. I watch a lot of Tonight Show. I watch a lot of the late night shows. I don't know why. I'm a late bloomer to late shows because I watch them all. I watch all of them. They're all really good. I like them, and I like to hear what people are plugging, what movie wise or whatever they're doing on. I don't care for Broadway much, but I like what the musical acts and stuff is really cool. That takes up a little bit of my time too. But man, this topic might get heated. I don't know if it'll get heated, but
I don't know why you keep saying that.
I think I don't know how chat's going to react to it. We'll see. I guess we'll see how chat's
what are they going to do? Revolt and
no,
stop the podcast?
I'm curious to see how much input we get.
Here.
I'm curious to see.
Adam back.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the chat reacts to this topic.
I'm already upset, MJ. I love it.
MJ, I love you, man. I love it. Did you add him? Did you bring him up?
Well, I can't drag him up, but I invited him to speak. Remember, they have to accept it. That's the only way they can come up.
I've always had a problem with that too.
There's no problem. That's just how it works.
Okay.
Beryl, in case you can hear us, but
He
you
can
did
hear
it
you.
last time.
He can hear you.
You just need to accept the invite so you can speak.
Then your square will come up.
You can only drag in audio channels. You can't drag
I just found that out.
in a stage channel. It's always been that way.
Yeah.
So nothing's changed there.
Just accept that invite to speak there, Beryl. We'll have you on the stage again. It could have even just been a bad connection. That happens a lot too with a lot of these online platforms. Sometimes it just happens, man. Just the way it goes.
Well, that's basically what I meant by jitter.
Yeah.
It's similar to ping. It's like another thing that affects audio calls the most if you have some jitter.
A little bit of jitter.
And it's really nothing you can do about it. Like you can have a really good internet connection and if you have bad jitter, but let's see, did he write something in the chat? Discord is crashing on me. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not good. He's using an older PC, I think he told me. It might not be all, need a bunch of stuff
probably
updated.
Like I said, a memory leak.
My stuff might need to be updated too.
Yeah. So
can you ask him if he can use his phone?
Yeah, I was gonna just say.
Yeah, try to use your phone, Beryl Barley. Because your phone will work too. I remember when Hazel's mic went out, he was having problems with his mic. We podcast on his phone for probably 10 episodes and no one knew the difference. The mics on phones are really good too. He can probably do wireless Bluetooth to his phone and still use his headset. It'd be all set.
They looked like a corded headset though. I thought I saw a cord, but
that's true. Could be. Yeah, we'll see if he gets in here. Yeah, this is the one thing I didn't anticipate with live shows is sometimes technology gets in the way and it causes issues like this. It's the way it goes. Is Mint retrograde? Is it in Starcross right now? I didn't look. I definitely need to get more rolls of that.
It's so good.
Actually, Mint retrograde is so good. And it doesn't matter what roll you have, it still just obliterates stuff. Like the one, I have two rolls. I have one, it's
no, it doesn't look like it is.
I have Master of Arms and Recycled Energy. And I know that's not the greatest roll. The other one I have is, what the heck? Please tell me. I just put it in my vault. The other one I have is Slice and Envious Arsenal with high velocity rounds.
I have Slice and Rewind rounds.
Yeah, that's the one I want. That's the one I want.
Mm-hmm. And I also have Slice and Beacon rounds. But
that's
this
good too.
Gun doesn't feel like it needs beacon rounds, so I'm using the one with rewind rounds.
Doesn't it have kind of a guided tracking anyway?
It really does. So I don't know why beacon rounds really would be like useful, but it seems like it's totally guided even without beacon rounds. But maybe I'm missing something there.
What
but
a weapon!
Obviously, rewind is a good perk.
Yeah, I don't know how good Master of Arms and Recycled Energy is.
Beacon for extra ammo gen, sure, but I still like rewind.
I guess.
Although it doesn't have a big mag anyways, but yeah, I'll maybe try the beacon one some more, but
you do.
I feel it puts so many heavies to shame. That's how good this weapon is. Like I'm almost using like a machine gun as just like a moderate weapon. And I switched to Mint as like my heavy, like when I just need to snipe something. It's like so powerful, you know.
This is the weapon, fellas. This is the weapon you want.
Yeah, MJ, no reason to use heavy. Well, I mean, again, there is a reason you use heavy. You just use it the way you usually use it.
Use the Outbreak Perfected
machine guns are so good.
with the rewind rounds masterwork or whatever modifier or whatever. You gotta run the story to get the different rewind rounds.
Okay, Beryl, did he rejoin? Let me say invite to speak.
Yep, there he is. There we go.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Nice.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, my computer completely crashed and it's right now in lit mode.
Yeah, if it's an older computer, it probably was already on the fringe when you were using it. It probably just took a little bit. Yep.
And I can still use the camera on my phone.
Okay.
So
what do you have? Do you have any Bluetooth mics at all? Any Bluetooth headsets?
So I'm using a Bluetooth headset right now.
Okay, you're fine.
My AirPods.
Oh,
And
perfect.
they're fully charged.
Good. Just go ahead and throw your camera on. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's all right. I'll can you zero out your camera a little bit more? You're cutting your top of your head's cut off.
There we go.
Let's see.
I have to prop it up. Yeah, I have to.
That's all right. It's part of podcasting, man. We've all been through this before. I've done it for 6 years plus. Nothing phases me anymore. I used to get all, oh no, oh God, what are we gonna do? Now it's like, yeah, we just roll with it. We just roll with it.
Well, yeah, my computer still isn't working right now. It's crazy.
How old's that computer?
About 10 years old.
Oh yeah, that's old.
Yeah.
That's old.
So with that, I actually have I've got the money for the next one, and I've already been putting together my wish list.
I got you, man. I got you.
Nice.
No, you look good.
Yep.
You sound good. You're good to go now, man. Let's go ahead and we'll just continue on where we started.
Yeah. After that,
No worries, man.
You're all good, man.
No worries.
It's all good. This is how we roll, dude.
We were just bullshitting while you were figuring it out.
I was showing everybody
Alright.
how they need to have Outbreak perfected with rewind rounds.
Oh, dude, I have Outbreak perfected.
I've done a whole Portal activity, never touched another weapon. I just kept using rewind rounds.
Yeah.
The whole game. I need to record that so I can show everybody. That's such a good weapon, man. Okay. All right. We are good to go. Let's do this. You know what? Let's just start over. Does that sound good? I only asked you a couple of questions. We'll just get back into it again. Here we go. See, the live crew, they know this is what happens when you do a podcast. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
We're good there. All right, 3, 2. All right, let's get to know this Barrel Barley dude. Thanks, man, for coming on tonight. I know we've had a little bit of technical problems tonight, but hey, man, we worked through it. We got it all done here. Let me ask you this first. Where are you from, and what do you do, sir?
So I am from Northwest Florida, of all the places.
Okay. And
up on the Panhandle.
I got you. Hopefully,
nice.
Hopefully no
that's
hurricanes.
The cool part of Florida that's in a better time zone, right?
Yeah.
Don't.
No,
it's not going to work.
Time zone.
It's not going to work, Kingsley.
So I don't like Eastern time zone.
Oh yeah.
I actually like Mountain time zone. I think that's my favorite one.
That's where I live, Mountain. Yeah. And people in Eastern time zone can never count backwards. They can never figure out the earlier time zones. But I grew up in California. And we could always figure out Eastern time zone. But some reason the other way around, they couldn't figure it out.
TN Laser.
I think we're smarter out west.
I will ban you.
It's always hard. It's always hard going east. I've noticed.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I have a feeling I know where you're at. No worries, man. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood right now. Hopefully, no hurricanes in October like last year with Milton. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Did you get impacted from that last year? It was a little south of you.
Yeah, mainly just rain.
It hit us head on.
We're in a. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was watching. Crazy.
Well, what do you do for a living, sir?
So I am an electrician.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that entail exactly?
So I'm kind of the quality control guy at the company that I work at. We do like before the houses go to the homeowners, before they hand the keys over. Basically, I come in and I check things. I check all the plugs, the switches, the lights, make sure everything works before it gets the final inspection.
Make sure there's no fires started in the house from electrical.
Make sure there's no fires.
I hear you, man.
Yeah. So, the funny thing is, I actually, because I'm the quality control guy, I have to go in and basically pick everything apart. That's kind of my job, is to find things that are wrong. So I'm always looking for issues.
Right. How long have you been doing that?
It's the only job I've had right out of high school.
Really? What made you get? What drove you to be an electrician? What was the catch?
So my dad said, I need somebody small to fit in an attic.
Your dad was in the business? Your dad was an electrician?
Yeah.
Okay, it all makes sense now.
Yep.
I got you.
Family business.
Nice. So are you still in the family business, or you work for a larger builder now?
I work for a larger builder.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I still have a really good relationship with my dad, though.
Excellent, man.
Yeah.
Yep. My dad's a GC. I totally get it, man. My whole life is around construction and building stuff. And I didn't always pick up on everything because I wasn't always so interested in doing it. But through osmosis, some of it sunk in, I guess. So I'm considered handy. I know how to do a lot of everything, but
yeah,
like not perfection on certain things, which means I just hire it out now. Especially when it comes to climbing in attics. That's what my son's for.
Oh yeah.
How did you find our community, man?
So I was playing Borderlands 3, and I was looking for more information on that game, and I came across this podcast that they were doing, just like behind the scenes developer stuff, and it was a really good podcast. And basically, when I finished it, I scrolled down and I saw Guardian Downcast in the suggestions on Spotify. So it was then I listened and I joined up basically as soon as I listened. Like, oh, this looks good. Like I gotta check this out.
Nice to know Spotify's doing something for us instead of taking down my music. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting these AI bot takedown notices. I'm like, dude, I use story blocks. I use all my music but it doesn't matter. The bots don't know. I guess they're dumb. I don't get it. But if you look in Spotify, there's some missing episodes where they've taken them down. I'm just like, I fought it. I tried. They just took it down, but that's the way it is. Well, it's good to know they did something for us. And they showed you the way here to our community. But what is your Destiny history? I mean, have you played Destiny since day one, or?
Yeah, so big time Halo guy. My brothers and I played Halo like ever since the first one. And so when they switched over, when they sold Halo to Microsoft, basically I saw the previews for Destiny. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. Kind of skeptical because big Halo guy, didn't want to give up on that. But then followed the previews and pre-ordered the game, and I played every bit of the free version. Well, I say the free version. I didn't buy any of the expansions because I pre-ordered it. So as much as I could play without the expansions, I can't remember what level that was. I think I could get to like 30 or something, 32. I can't remember.
Okay. 18 was Destiny 1.
Maybe it was 18.
You hit 18.
I can't remember.
I think you hit 18 when you finished the story officially, but I believe me because I ran it like on 5 million different accounts. What's a good memory that you have from playing back then?
Oh, dude. I think the first time I loaded it up and dropped into Cosmodrome, and then I meleeed one of the first little enemies that you come across. And I started as a Titan. Okay. And just puncher. I mean, when you punch and then they just will like fizzle off into the little arc, like the arc streams. Oh man, it was like, yeah, I'm hooked. This is it.
Destiny, I've been playing Call of Duty all my life. Destiny was just something so refreshing. It was so new. Yeah. It was like any other game or any kind of shooter I've ever seen before. So I totally get that feeling, man. I do.
Yeah.
What do you main today?
Titan. Yeah, I like the Titan. Right. Because basically the coming over from Halo, I know I reference Halo, but
I got
just, Titan, it kind of made sense.
The gear, the armor.
Yeah, I will say though, I may be a closet Warlock.
There you go.
I think I might even play Warlocks better than Titan.
Mr. Holloman, we got another one. Warlocks rise up.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm working. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Do you do bounties?
I do.
See, you got to get paid. If you're gonna play, you got to get paid.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yes.
You don't have to get paid. I have fun without getting paid.
Don't listen to that man.
Well, because I've listened to a bunch of these episodes, and hearing the two of you go back and forth with bounties, and I know it's all in good jest, but I was like, yeah, Kingsley might be might be a little overwhelmed tonight because I very much like bounties.
It's okay.
Yes.
It usually happens the other way, so I welcome it.
Well, don't you like it better now? I've had this suggestion. They actually took my suggestion where bounties are being deprecated, but now the daily things just autocomplete. You don't have to collect them. You don't have to turn them back
Still a
in.
bounty.
Or do you actually like to collect them?
It is a bounty, yes, but I love to collect them and I love to click them off.
Okay,
like
so you
that.
don't like the new system then?
No, it's not bad.
No.
It's not bad. I do like it, but not. I prefer the old way.
Gotcha.
The only problem with the old way is the fact that you would have to go to the different planets to pick them up,
Mhm.
and sometimes that got a little kind of annoying.
Or the app or whatever. It's still
or the app. I did. Yeah, I only used the app like twice, and I was like, yeah. This is dumb.
The
I'm
app, the app
just
makes
using
it so much easier. That's for sure. I used to do the app every morning before reset. I
Yeah.
would download. I would make sure all my bounties were all up to speed, and then at reset I get a whole new fresh set, and then I'd sit down and just crank them all out. I'm actually saving bounties up right now because I'm already at 110 on the reward pass, and I'm saving them up for the next reward pass that's coming up. I mean, hey Bungie, I'll play your game, no worries. But they're all, they're planetary bounties. Gunsmith bounties, are you still doing those? Even though they're not supposed to be here, we're still getting them?
Yeah, I don't. I haven't done much of that lately, just because I've been really focused on the like the story, Kepler, and
Yeah.
the events. But yes, I have done them, just not as much as I wanted to. Though.
Have you, speaking of Kepler, have you finished the campaign?
I have.
What do you
and
think?
all the side missions too.
What do you think, man?
Dude, I love the story. I am all for it. Just with the 9 and like the amount of potential and like mystery that they've kind of laid out. I am so looking forward to it.
Yeah,
What comes next?
I didn't know how Destiny or Bungie was going to be able to top the Light and Dark saga, and it ran for 10 years. But I think this is an acceptable reality or a different story. I agree, man. Yeah,
for sure.
If there's one weapon in your vault that you could keep and you had to get rid of everything else, what weapon would it be?
Thunder Lord all the way.
Okay.
It's kind of a broken gun.
It is right now. That's for sure. They were using it in the
it's been
raid.
for a long time. Yeah.
Okay. You got the catalyst, I'm sure, right? Yeah. I'm sure you do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
If Bungie assigned you a small but versatile dev team just to you, they had all the talents around. You had a whole team with multiple talents. What would you work on for the future of Destiny?
Okay, so I'm not very picky with certain things, but one thing that almost makes me change from a Titan player is when you use the barrier, the big barrier, you have like the 2 different size ones.
Right.
When you use the big one and you deploy it, there's a bubble popping sound.
Oh yeah.
And I cannot stand that bubble popping sound. I would get rid of that.
It should be like a scrape, right? Like a shunk or something like that.
No, that's the small.
Oh,
the big one actually sounds like a bubble.
Yeah. Okay.
And that drives me crazy. It's like you have this super serious game that's really dramatic, and you have a bubble. Like, maybe that's a little petty, but that's
that's the first I've heard of that. I never. You have to listen next time I'm playing my Titan. I have to listen for that.
I appreciate that. I'll have to check that out too. It sounds like you're a very observant person, and when we were talking about, obviously with how you do your job, I would definitely notice that too if I actually played Titan more. That I appreciate what you're saying, man.
Yeah, and I use the small shield because of that.
Really? Yeah, small shield doesn't do much for you, I know.
No, but it actually works really good with bolt charge though.
Okay.
And was it storm cell?
Yeah. Okay.
Aspect. Yeah.
So you're a Slam Titan, Superman Slam?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the one I use too.
Yep.
I love it. Nothing like crashing your body and exploding everything around you like Superman.
Yeah.
A couple more questions here. What other hobbies do you have other than gaming?
Really the only one right now is running, if you can call running a hobby.
That's awesome, man. Are you a sprinter or long distance? You do like 4K, 3Ks? Okay.
5Ks, mostly 5Ks. But this year I'm trying to do some 10Ks.
Wow. You ever thought about doing a marathon?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, I get a lot of tend to get a lot of leg pain, and I don't like to push that too much. So
I got you, man.
yeah, and
Don't worry.
Don't let the
I-
marathoners look down at you.
and I just don't know
You'll
how
never see me
people
do it.
run for that long.
I-
You know, like I've done a half marathon.
Yeah.
And that was brutal.
Did you ever play sports in high school?
No.
See, I used to play
didn't do that.
baseball. And the one thing I remember about baseball, and it just killed me every time I did it, was wind sprints. They'd line you up at the end of practice, line you up, and you had to do until the coach felt like it was done. You would just run 50-yard wind sprints back and forth, full effort. And if you didn't go full effort, if everyone didn't go full effort, he would just increase the time. And I'll tell you what, though, being older now, I've been reading a lot of articles on getting in shape and stuff, and I think that is really the best way to get cardiovascular-wise in shape the quickest, because that fast twitch fiber, we all need that as we get older. Sorry, this isn't the life getting older in life podcast, but you said you do sprinting. That's awesome, man, because that's definitely a baseball thing, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Barrel Barley 406, dude, what's up with that gamer tag?
So it's not very dramatic. It's a pre-made one from Xbox.
Oh man, I thought you were going to give me a story that you like making your own beer and.
No, the funny thing is, like, so when I got this account, it was my brother and I that kind of went halvesies on the Xbox.
I got you.
And when we made the account, I was a minor at the time,
Gotcha.
and they and they did this thing like Barrel Barley, so it's like it seems like it's like an alcohol thing, like there's always alcohol in it, but no, it was just a pre-made Xbox name generator, and it's like, yeah, I'll just keep it. I don't mind it.
I did suicides in basketball too, Tajo. Your quads were on fire.
I didn't think that's actually, it didn't come top of mind to me that I was an alcoholic-based name or alcohol-based name.
Barrel and Barley. I'm thinking he's.
I was just.
I thought he was a bourbon. Maybe he's a bourbon
I didn't
guy.
think much about it.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
actually, I can't even stand the taste of alcohol, like
Oh,
any
wow.
of it.
Okay.
I'm just not a fan.
That's a
of
good
it.
habit not to worry about. Don't worry about it. You're not missing out.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. What is a motto or mantra that you live by in life?
So yeah, I was thinking about this one a little bit. I think it kind of goes into like my job with having to talk to difficult people.
Yep.
It's being truthful, being straight up. And not being two-faced about things, because two-faced in the sense like you say something and then you turn right around and you say something else that completely contradicts what you
Gotcha.
did. So that's something that I've been working on very hard lately. Just being truthful, being the same person wherever I am.
That's good. I kind of picked that up from you. Yeah, I kind of get that vibe from you. Good. That's a good way to live. Finally, what's one thing about you that maybe our community might not know about you?
So with actually my job, I am an avid dumpster diver.
Really?
So because I do obviously I'm driving around these neighborhoods with people, a lot of new people moving into them. And for whatever reason, they like to throw a lot of stuff out. So typically on like my lunch break, if I'm next to a dumpster, I'll hop in there and just check around.
Nice.
And even just today, I found a Prince vinyl picture record.
Wow.
Of the Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Purple Rain album that he did.
Wow.
1984, I believe it was.
Yeah. Great album. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That was just today. So
see, that's why I asked the question, because you never know what answer you're going to get. That's awesome, man. Do you like?
I have a question.
Do you like garage selling and stuff, or being that you like dumpster diving?
I not as much garage selling.
Okay.
I need to do that more. There's actually every Saturday in our neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods, it's actually a pretty big thing. They do it a lot.
Okay.
But I just haven't really done it much.
No worries. Go ahead, Kingsley. Interrupted.
No worries. Yeah, because it's a different topic. Back to the Destiny stuff. Other than bounties, what do you like to do in the game?
Yeah.
So really storyline. I love the storyline. I love just getting new content, like, kind of like you, Kingsley,
Mhm.
just with doing all the new stuff. I like doing that. But also I really, really like, and I guess it kind of goes into the topic of the week, I guess,
Mhm.
doing all of the end game stuff
Okay.
and basically preparing for that. I love getting ready for like a new dungeon that I haven't done before or a new raid. Like that is like top tier for me, just getting ready.
So yeah, and I was going to lead to that, and forgive me because I raid with so many people, but have we raided together before? Do you like raiding much? Tell us
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I think we've raided twice before, I
Okay.
believe. One of them was in the Desert Perpetual. We did that. We did it blind. McMaxima
Oh
was
yeah,
there.
yeah. I thought I okay, so that's
Yeah,
and yeah, we almost were hoping to get that. We did the Hydra
we did
encounter, right?
the Hydra. Yeah, the Hydra. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
I was.
mm-hmm. That
Yeah,
was
I
a cool
was.
crew. Everyone was super chill that night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a fun night. Yeah, just completely blind. But um, yeah, that one, and I think we did Vault of Glass as well.
Man,
But that was a long time ago.
I wish Raid Report had a way, because I would always do my homework if there was a way where I could like type in someone's name and
Mm.
see if we've raided together before. You know what I mean? You can't just look up by someone's name if you've raided. You would have to like go through the whole list, and I have over 1,000 raids I've done, so no way I'm going to do that. But
Yeah,
you know, no,
yeah,
good times though for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll maybe talk more about endgame stuff. No, it was just cool to hear. I thought we had raided together, and I'm sorry
Hmm.
because one was even recent, but
No,
that's
no
why I was
worries.
kind of bringing it up.
I thought you were going to ask him the other question that you always ask.
I may
Oh,
hold your
okay.
horses.
Okay.
And a follow-up question. Tell me something interesting about, you can kind of, I'm going to be more loosey-goosey about this time, Todd, but
Okay.
tell me like a favorite drink or dessert or food item that you have that, man, if you could just get right now, what you would love to have.
um, I'm like I mentioned earlier, I'm not much of a alcohol guy. I don't really like
Could be any kind of
beer
drink.
or anything. But no. But like, so with that, I actually I do a lot of soda. I don't drink it too often, but I like to go through flavors of soda. That's
Okay.
kind of my thing.
I like
So
that.
I try like all of the weird sodas, like the Fago brand, like all the weird sodas. So if I had to pick, I would say probably Dr. Pepper is my favorite drink right
Okay.
now.
All right. All right. Hey, have you tried, I mean, now that you're talking about that,
Mhm.
have you tried some interesting flavors lately? Have you tried the, and you may not like this, but the Sprite tea flavored?
Oh, dude, yes, I
It's
love
so
that one.
good.
I
Yeah,
love it.
so good.
Yep.
This is not I don't know what he's talking about.
You would think it would be like crappy quality being in a soda,
Yeah,
but for some reason they did it well.
they mixed it very well.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know what they did, but yeah, yes, that is one of
Sprite
my new
tea.
favorites. But
What the hell?
I know the
Sprite
chat's going
tea?
off, but trust me, people, if you like tea at all, and if you like Sprite at all, I promise it works well. Just think of like an Arnold Palmer or something. It's not that different from that. I mean,
yeah,
I know it's
yeah,
sparkling versus like a flat lemonade, but it's really, really
yeah,
good.
they nailed the flavor. Like
Mhm.
it's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MJT2s. I'm sorry, what? Love it.
Hey, no, look, trust me, when I saw it, I'm like, I know people are going to think that's weird, but I tried it and it is not weird. It's just a sparkling Arnold
Okay.
Palmer. I mean,
Okay.
non-alcoholic or whatever, but
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
yeah. I thought it was
while we're on the
good.
subject of food, have you ever put oatmeal on a bagel and bitten into it? Just curious. Throwing it out there.
Sure he has.
I can't say that I have.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily against it.
It's awesome, man. I eat my breakfast every morning that way
But,
when I have
but
oatmeal.
yeah, 'cause I tend to actually try pretty weird combinations.
It's a good
I'm
combo. It's a good
not
combo.
very picky with food, but
All right, MJT2. I'm watching you. All right. Okay. Well, good deal, man. Well, hey, thanks for sharing your life with us, man. I appreciate that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
Thanks for
not
having me.
over. It's not over yet. Because this segment is called the speed run. This is where I've handpicked 25 questions from a pool of over 1,000 that our community has submitted over the years. These are quick, simple questions just to get to know our guests a little deeper. No time limits, no contests, just quick questions and answers. So what do you think, man? You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna start out with a
No
soft.
comments from Todd this time to actually make it speedy.
Fine, whatever. I'll throw you a softball. The first one will be real easy. Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
What was your first video game?
Sonic.
Okay.
On the Genesis.
Genesis, Sega. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Destiny exotic? It could be from either Destiny game.
The Thunderlord. Just like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That is a
Can't
Destiny
go
one.
anywhere else.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
So I can't remember who it was. Somebody said this in a past episode,
Mhm.
and they said Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And I just can't think of anybody better
That's
than that.
Deadpool, man.
Honestly.
It's Deadpool. Come
It was
on.
Deadpool? It was Deadpool? Okay.
Well, I mean, that's who voices Ryan Reynolds is the voice of Deadpool.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Deadpool 1 Murder.
I like it.
But that's it. But
Oh,
yeah.
that's true. Yeah. Okay. Void, solar, arc, stasis, or strand?
Arc.
Gotcha.
I'm an electrician, man.
Makes sense. Pulse, hand cannon, scout, or auto rifle?
Pulse rifle.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like this guy already. All right. What number am I thinking of?
Let's do 27.
You're close. It was 22.
Man.
Which is worse, supplicants or exploder shanks?
I can't stand exploder shanks.
I can't either. I would
They're
have picked
so
that.
annoying.
I would have picked that too. What is the worst job you've ever had? I don't know. You've only had one job. So I guess
Only have one job.
climbing attics, doing electrician work.
No, so it's okay. So a few years back, I say a few years back. It was a little while ago, about 6 or 7 years back. We were helping a friend out re-roof his house
Okay.
right down the road from us, and it was in
Florida.
the middle of July.
Florida.
Oh yeah, Florida, middle of July, and for whatever reason, we picked the hottest day of the year. It really was the hottest day of the year. It went on record, and yeah, that was the worst job I've ever had for sure. And it was all metal roof, tin. That was terrible.
I've done one of those too. Oh, Werner Herzog. Good choice, JD Kent. That is a great, God rest his soul. He's no longer with us. Okay, next question. What is your favorite word?
Favorite word?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Favorite word?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'd have to do something like really philosophical. Maybe philosophical.
There
That
you
might
go.
be it.
Okay, I like that. Different way to look at something. Okay. Next question. Stealth or guns blazing? I think I know the answer to this one.
So definitely guns blazing, but I'm learning stealth. Hence why I think I might be a better Warlock player.
We're smarter players. It's been proven.
Yeah, because I'm starting to be a little bit smarter with how I play.
Especially with these portal, man. You can't just bounce in there. You only get so many revives and you're out. You got to start out, man. That's one thing. I can't stand killing time.
Yeah, I just have to, since Todd added, I have to add too. There's actually times where it's actually smart to be a more aggressive Warlock. There's some builds that work a lot better.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't say Warlocks are just supposed to stay in the back all the time. Even on harder content, there's some really good builds.
I just said that to upset
you're actually
our
smarter.
and Titans.
You're actually smarter because if you don't get into the middle of it, you won't be able to proc all the things that the build has.
There, that's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant, Kingsley. Kinda. All right. Next question: sweet or salty, and what is your favorite snack based on that answer?
Oh, I think definitely salty. I like some sweet stuff. I really do.
All right.
But I like the it's a salty trail mix basically.
Okay, gotcha.
More specifically, it's a Cajun salty trail mix.
Oh, spicy. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you write your O's clockwise or counterclockwise? You're a visual person like me.
Counterclockwise.
Okay, me too. Yeah. What is your favorite Destiny planet and why?
I think I like the Cosmodrome, just Earth.
It's good. It's a good answer.
First getting on there.
Man, that's where all the rusted cars were, right?
Yeah.
That's where it all began.
Like nothing like I'd never seen before in a video game. I know there's kind of similar stuff, but I think Destiny was really pushing some stuff when they first came out.
Oh, definitely gets your attention right off the bat.
It
That's for
it
sure.
did, and I think that's just the best one.
That music, man, when it goes minor in a minor key. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what would be your superpower?
Uh, probably like any superpower, like any like superhero or
Anything you want, man. It's your superpower.
okay. Probably sticking on walls like Spider-Man.
Okay. Climber. Gotcha.
My favorite. Yeah.
All
My
right.
favorite superhero.
If you could choose only one, would it be power, courage, or wisdom?
Probably.
Talking about philosophical.
Yeah. Probably more on the courage thing.
Okay.
I definitely need more of that, I would say.
Gotcha. All right. Describe yourself in one word.
Probably needy.
Okay. Hey, you're honest, dude. That's good. We're all
Yeah.
needy. We're all needy to a certain degree.
Yep.
All right. Have you ever had a nickname?
Yeah. A-bomb.
A-bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Can you drive a stick shift? You may be judged.
I can.
Okay, good.
I can. And I learned on a 1929 Model A.
Whoa.
Yes. I
Jeez.
wanted to take that for my driver's license, but the
Holy
cutoff was 1970.
Holy crap. Wow. I
Yeah.
don't even know. Does it even have a clutch or do you just jam it in gear? I don't know.
Well, it's all straight cut gears, so
Oh.
yeah, you basically got to jam it in gear.
Wow.
But yeah,
It's
it
crazy.
also has it's got a gas pedal, then it's got like a throttle pedal, and it's got like a throttle position pedal, then it's got
Wow.
it's crazy. You
That
got
is-
like
That is
Yeah.
that would be cool to see. That'd be cool to try one time.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite armor shader color? You can use dim if you need to.
No, I think the Goldworks. I think it's gold. Is it Goldwork?
Goldworks? Okay. Like
That's-
gold,
that's the
like
color.
gold.
Well, that's the name of it. Yeah, Goldwork.
Okay.
I think that's the name.
Let's look that one up later. Okay. Next question. Pizza rolls, Hot Pockets, or Bagel Bites? This was submitted from
Probably
one of
Hot
our
Pockets.
members. Hot Pockets, got you.
Hot Pockets.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have come up with that one. I would have said none of the above. If you could vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Probably back to the UK.
Excellent choice.
Probably York.
York.
York
Okay.
to be specific.
I haven't been to York yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice place. I went there once, and I so badly want to bring my wife back there. Like,
It's a great country, isn't it?
It is. I absolutely loved it.
I've been there twice. I'd like to go a third time. We'll see. Let's see. If you had a choice, would you rather go back in time or go forward into the future?
Definitely back in time. I don't want to see the future right now.
JD,
That is not up to me.
I bought that new roller ring shader. I couldn't help myself. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. If you had more time, what would you do with it?
Sleep.
Gotcha. I'm with you. Name one thing that you would change about yourself.
One thing. It probably goes back to being more courageous, I would say. Definitely need to take the initiative on some things better.
I got you, man.
Take an initiative.
I got you. Initiative's good. That'll get you far in life, especially in work. Excellent,
Yeah.
man. Well, Barrel Barley, thanks, man. Thanks for sharing your life and thanks for playing the speed run tonight, man.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
I got a question for all you guys out there. Is there a speed run question that you think we should ask for future guests? If that's so, let's hear it. Just go to our 2026 speedrun channel and submit your question. At the beginning of 2026, we'll have 2 drawings for a $25 Amazon gift card. I mean, what do you have to lose? Let's hear it. You only get 1 entry per member, though, but you can put in as many as you like. We'll steal whatever ones you want to give us, but you only get 1 shot. So we'll do a wheel, probably do a wheel spin a couple of times and get that passed out at the end of the year. So let's see what you got, and good luck. Okay. I think that means it's time for This Week in Destiny. All right. Here comes the good news. Where you at, Mr. Hollow Man? You guys are killing it in chat, man. These I can't
Discord chat's popping off.
I can't look at the gifts because I'll just laugh my ass off. No, can't look. Okay, This Week in Destiny. Let's get through. It's not huge. It won't take too long tonight, guys. Let me get a quick drink real quick.
Last words.
I mean, it's all Warlock love. I mean, it's gonna go real quick. All right. See you, Tajo.
Doesn't that mean you'll talk about it more? It's all Warlock stuff.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna go
probably.
through. I'm gonna go through the changes they're gonna make. That's pretty much the bulk of the TWAB. So here we go. 3, 2. All right. This Week in Destiny for August 14th, 2025. Man, before you know it, it's gonna be September. I swear to God. This Week in Destiny, it's last call to earn those solstice rewards while they're hot. We've also heard you wanted to hear about Warlocks and have a preview of some ability changes coming with Ash and Iron next month. It's like less than a month away. Of Solstice final week. Just want to let you guys know about that. Here, I'll go to the, I'll full screen share this for you guys here in the live show. Time flies when you're having fun and the tower's summer sun, but Solstice is wrapping up soon and we wanted to give you a friendly nudge. Make sure you're not missing out on any of those sweet rewards. If you've been putting the finishing touches, if you've been putting off finishing the event track and grabbing those holofoil versions of Yeartide Apex, Festival Flight, and Fortunate Star, now's the time to dive in before the event wraps up on August 19th, which our audio listeners, this will be tomorrow, if you listen to it when it first comes out on Monday. All right. I wanted to share one thing on Solstice. For those of you who have multiple characters, I was asking last week, these Solstice alloys, I keep earning them every time I do a portal activity, right? What do I do with these things? First thing you can do, switch your characters and buy all the Solstice armor for all your characters, even if you're not playing them, because it will drop high, powerful drops. And what's great about it is you zap up your power on your Titan and then your Hunter, you're stair-stepping up on your power. Then you switch back to my Warlock, which is what I'm using mainly. And it even raises your power on your Warlock. It's account wide. So make sure you get those Solstice alloys. Don't let them sit in wherever they sit in the home base or whatever. Make sure you get all the armor for your other characters. And when you earn more of the alloys, just get all the glows for them. I mean, otherwise it's a dead currency. There's nothing really much you can do with it. So just wanted to give that little tip out there because I can't believe I didn't do it earlier, but it would have sped up my my powering up a lot faster. Just a little tip there. Warlock abilities tuning preview for 9.1. Warlocks and their space magic abilities. We're seeing some great usage of Warlock constructs such as Child of the Old Gods. I use that one. Bleak Watcher, Hellion. I use that one. Arc Soul and Ionic Sentry. In the near future, we're planning to enable deeper build crafting with these constructs. Additionally, a few builds are starting to stand out, like the Prismatic build leveraging Lightning Surge to effectively delete champions at a moment's notice. While we're happy with all the players are building in the above abilities, we're also seeing feedback and working on a handful that aren't felt to be as potent. This limits variety in build crafting, and we're looking to address that. A few strand abilities don't shine as brightly as we wish. A handful of exotics need some bug fixes, and we're aware that players desire more grenade-centric builds to feel powerful and end-game content. Yes, I'm there with you. I'm raising my hand. While some of the above will take time to address, we're planning a tuning pass for Ash and Iron, also known as Major Update 9.1, coming in early September, which is about 3 weeks. We're still testing these changes and finalizing how everything should work, and some things may shift, but these are our first steps in helping Warlocks feel a bit more love for their space magic. Hunters and Titans, don't worry. We'll be back in the next few weeks to discuss more changes coming for you guys, so you won't be left out. All right, first off, the abilities of Warlocks. Empowering Rift, and this was huge. Standing in Empowering Rift now generates grenade, melee, and class ability energy over time. Fantastic. Final blows while standing in Empowering Rifts now generate bonus special and heavy ammo progress. Outstanding. Weave Walk, which is a strand aspect. Exiting Weave Walk, that's hard to say, now grants Woven Mail for you and nearby allies. Woven Mail duration is relative to the time spent in Weave Walk. Increased horizontal movement on enter and exit, increase fragment slots from 2 to 3. Weaver's Call, which is I think it's supposed to be strand and prismatic aspect, now generates roosted threadling projectile progress when giving damage of any type. Threadling damage now returns class ability energy, works on all threadling damage while this aspect is equipped. Frost Pulse, which is a stasis aspect, freezing enemies now generates class ability energy, works on all stasis freezes while this aspect is equipped. Pocket Singularity, Void and Prismatic, now has 2 charges at base. Projectile lifetime increased from 1.1 to 2 seconds. Rework projectile tracking to favor targets closest to initial trajectory. Reduce detonation knockback on players by 50%. The exotic armor, the Inoya, which I tried and was terrible. Increase projectile damage at max range from plus 15 to 20%. Tuned distance to damage curve to make the maximum damage distance easier to identify. Increase projectile tracking by 40%. Nice. In addition to the primary projectile, the sub projectiles now benefit from Ember of Ashes and Ember of Eruption. That's great news. Abilities in general, Threadlings increase damage versus combatants by 20%. That's good. And some upcoming fixes. A few. Pause. Okay. Let me get my voice. Got to find it again. A few weeks ago, we examined feedback and bug reports for a few notable exotics. We wanted to provide a brief update on some of these investigations. I'll get it back. It'll come. We've already updated a few in prior patch notes, so these represent the remaining upcoming changes. My goodness. Here we go. Starfire Protocol. We confirmed an issue where Starfire Protocol was not returning as much energy as expected on empowering hits. We fixed this issue, raising it to the intended 5% with a fix deploying on 9.007. Crown of Tempest, we're continuing to investigate an issue where Crown of Tempest no longer grants stacks on multi-kills. We're aiming to have a fix when Renegades goes live. Rhymecoat Raiment, we're continuing to investigate an issue where Rhymecoat Raiment generated stasis crystals inconsistently and applied Devour when Feed the Void is active. We believe we're honing in on a fix and looking to have a fix when Renegades goes live. Boots of the Assembler. We've confirmed an issue where Boots of the Assembler Noble rounds won't work on a teammate that enters the Warlock's Rift. A fix will be deployed 9.1. Wings of Sacred Dawn. After investigating reports around Wings of Sacred Dawn, we've concluded that we've missed a patch note with the Edge of Fate's release. It is intended that Wings no longer reload your equip weapon, as this led to some problematic behaviors around single-shot magazine weapons, such as bows. Controverse Hold. This is a big one for me. We've received reports that this doesn't return energy as expected. After investigation, we believe this to be true, especially with some combatants in the firing range only. We're looking to update the firing range combatants in a future update. Oh, I thought that was having a problem everywhere, but I guess maybe not. Nezarec Sin, we saw reports of a regeneration buff no longer working during multi-kill streaks and believe this may have been resolved in 9.005. Alongside the fix to the sprint bug, we'll be keeping an eye on any future reports. Is everybody still having the sprint bug issue? I haven't played Crucible this last week.
No.
Are you having any problems with it?
No, not me.
No, I don't think so, but I don't do Crucible a lot. But
Okay,
I do have commentary on this section.
go for it.
Yeah, I mean, people hearing this don't think that. I mean, yeah, things need to be fixed, and they're also saying they're going to give us a list of things that are going to be fixed on Hunter and Titan coming up soon.
Yeah.
But even without these things being fixed yet, don't think that Warlock was a bad setup, because there's some really good builds. I have a prismatic build, which I'll probably be talking about at some point.
Right.
And I was top of the leaderboard in the raid just on kills. It was rocking. It was rocking and rolling, stranding everything up, exploding, killing stuff right and left. And then also with the fix they're going to do with Unoya, there's a build for that I might build into.
Okay.
That didn't look super interesting to me, but since it's going to get more powerful, I might try that build out. But good that they're doing this, but it doesn't mean Warlock didn't have any good builds, because again, like I said, I've been killing things like crazy, feeling pretty powerful with the build that I have.
Yeah, Zombie Pops mentioned in the chat, don't play PvP, and the bug is gone.
And the bug is gone.
That's where I'm having the problem is in PvP. I was playing hardware to get my sharpshooter tile, and I was all of a sudden I was just like running in place. I'm like, what the hell? I can't play PvP this way. I mean, I'm just like, here, shoot me. You know, I was using triple enhanced athletic mods though on my legs, so I guess that's what did it. Maybe I just need to take those off, but I like being able to strafe faster. That's important in Crucible. Okay. Speaking of Crucible power and rewards. Last week, we talked about some changes we're working on to continue to improve the feel of rewards and progression across the game. One of the areas we called out was Crucible Ops, and we've got more details on what we have planned to make Crucible feel more rewarding and better to progress up through the power bands in. Earlier this week, we shipped the new Destiny 2 update with a handful of changes targeting post-match reward frequencies in addition to raising the reward floor to have less disparity between the low and high skill. Here is a list of issues. Everyone in a match now has a chance to earn an additional role and as opposed to one player per team. The competitive playlist weapon, Solemn Remembrance, I think it's a hand cannon, has a chance to drop on completion instead of wins. I've heard people saying that is a really good change. Lowered the B grade score threshold for reward ranks copper and bronze, power 10 to 300. This makes it easier to earn point drops and bonus focus rewards in PvP. And they increased the gear tier for B plus as at reward ranks bronze and silver. In other words, power 200 to 400. Okay. We have more changes coming. Interesting bonus drop, increasing bonus drop frequency when playing Crucible Ops, increasing the amount of score earned on losses, retuning score thresholds in all grades of reward ranks, copper and bronze, that's 10 to 300, to make earning higher gear more powerful and more consistent, increasing the highest potential gear at reward ranks, copper, bronze, and silver, that's 10 to 400, and increasing power adjusters for PvP, power 10 to 300. We're definitely not stopping with the Crucible and have more PvE reward changes coming in the future, including the Desert Perpetual raid. Thank goodness. We'll share more in the weeks ahead. This is one thing I hated about when we did finish that second objective, the second phase of the Desert Perpetual. I got the new sniper rifle, but it's only tier 2, man. It wasn't even tier 3, which I'm getting everything.
Because that's the problem with the portal system. Anything that's not in it doesn't give good rewards.
There's some good sales going on in the Bungie store. I'm not going to elaborate too much on that. The Ronald McDonald House charities, the Bungie Foundation is supporting that. My daughter, or my sister-in-law actually used this charity when her son was born, and they were outstanding. The Ronald McDonald charities are outstanding. It's one of the good ones out there, guys. So they're going to be having partnering with them to support their amazing work, providing services, removing those barriers. Yeah, saved her a lot of medical expenses, and it had a place for her to stay while her child was in the hospital. Home cooked meals, fully stocked. I mean, it's just fantastic what they do. Donate $25 to worthy cause and snag the brand new Tartan tribute emblem. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice emblem there. Blow it up there. Not bad. Not bad. So definitely do that. Player support report. Shit's broken. We're going to move on because we got a lot to talk about.
You're
tonight.
not going to read line for line?
No.
Like you read the Warlock stuff line for line?
No, that's because the Warlock stuff was important. Another week, another TWID. Enjoy the rest of your Solstice event. Grab those drops. Let us know what you think of the Warlock changes, and we'll share more on what's coming for Hunters and Titans soon. Hope everyone is having a great summer up here in the Northern Hemisphere. Stay cool out there. It has been just brutal. I had to cut off early today. I was just too overheated. It's just crazy how hot it is right now. Destiny 2 community team, thank you again for communicating with us every week. All right, it's time. Let's get into our topic of the week right after this. Oh my God, what is going on? You know what it is? I have a fan underneath my desk. And if I aim it up too high, that cool air, that dry air just shoots right up into my throat while I'm talking, and it just dries it right out. It's so crazy. Okay.
Stop diverting that air.
I do, man. This office is really hot. It's really hot in here right now because I can't run my portable air conditioner. Okay. You almost had a break again. All right, Barry Barley, you ready to do this, man?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Let me get everything set up here. Whew. Gotta hate when my voice goes out. It's scary. Okay. All right. Let me get place here. So I had a few questions I wanted to ask you too tonight when we get into it. All right, here we go. 3, 2. All right, for our topic of the week, like I mentioned earlier, Mr. Barrel Barley brought this topic up about a month ago, and I invited him to bring it to the show, so I'm going to turn it over to him. What is your topic of conversation in the Destiny universe tonight there, Barrel?
All right. So, well, thanks. Yeah, thanks for letting me come on. Yeah, this has been pretty neat experience minus the
Oh,
technical difficulties.
it happens, man. That's part of
But
going live.
yeah, so I've been thinking about this for a while. Even really before I started playing Destiny 2, that I have felt that a lot of newer games just haven't been very hard. And I think so. Spoiler, I think Destiny 2 does it pretty well, just with the portal activity. But I grew up with games like Donkey Kong, Mega Man, Sonic, a lot of the Need for Speed games back on like PC, so early 2000s genre games, and I just remember those things being so difficult to get through. And my thoughts on that is just that I think game developers are making games easier to appeal to a wider audience. I think developers have forgotten their audience and that we are missing a sense of accomplishment that comes with beating games on the hardest difficulty. That's one of the things that I really look forward to in games, like I had mentioned earlier, with one of the things I like to do most in Destiny, like the end game content, like the really tough stuff. And that's why I think Destiny does it pretty well. And I know they're not a perfect game by any means, but and it is, this is just an opinion that I've had for a while. But I mean, to name a few games like Borderlands 3, the new Halo Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
Halo Infinite was just a stupid easy game. Like, it was so easy.
Really? Okay.
And yeah, I just, so my brothers and I did, we did all the Halo games, and we would max those games out with all like the skull modifiers that you could do.
Right.
And I'm told, I cannot remember it, but I'm told that I have beaten Halo 2 on legendary difficulty, which is arguably one of the harder games to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't all to boast or anything. I'm actually not a very good player. It's just, it seems like something that I've noticed, that newer games tend to be a little bit easier. And that was my thought. It's like, well, if they're easier, I think they're trying to appeal to a wider audience. Yeah, and I think older game developers didn't apologize for their games that they made. They knew their audience. And I think that's what a lot of new games have lost a little bit. They've lost the direction to make a game for the audience. Because I mean, you think about it, when you get a game and you start adding all these little things, and so after a while, it just gets really bloated, and it's like, okay, who's this game even for?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of the overall premise.
Yep, it's a good premise. It's a good argument. Kingsley, do you want to respond first?
Yeah, thanks for bringing the topic up front. Before I give my opinion, I'm just a little confused on one thing you said, just so I can understand, not to argue against it first. But
yeah,
when you say a lot of games these days are going to a wider audience, but then you also say they forgot their audience, aren't they looking to the audience if they're going for a wider audience?
Yeah, with like.
Or do you mean something different by that?
Well,
I'm just trying to understand.
No. I think the way that game developers like try to appeal to people, they put in all of these different like different abilities, different levels, like skin packs. So they're just trying to get a lot of people into the game. And I think because they're trying to just get everybody into the game, they're forgetting their core audience. I think, the core audience, like the gamers that just want to play, have a good story, and have a good time. That's what I meant by it.
Okay.
And of course, one could argue what core audience means. Obviously,
Yeah.
you believe you're
Yeah.
a core audience because
Yeah.
you like harder games, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fair. I'm just trying to understand because, like, I like to be fair with terms and stuff.
No. I hope did that clarify it?
It kind of does, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be contrarian, but I basically disagree. I feel like there's plenty of hard games these days also. Now, I do agree there's
Okay.
more easy games also.
No,
More.
and I
And I
certainly
think,
haven't
yeah,
played every game. So
yeah. I mean, people give experiences
yeah.
all the time in Discord. There's a lot of crazy hard games, and even a lot of
Yeah.
games like
Well, JD
I don't
Kent
know.
even
I
said
don't
it.
want to give something
Souls,
that someone's going to argue about,
Liza
but even
P.
a lot of single
Yeah.
player.
Well,
Sorry,
Dark
what?
Souls, yeah, that's a pretty tough
But that's
game
a
from what
that's
I
a
understand.
There's a lot
genre.
more.
But
Yeah, it's
There's a
known
lot
for that.
more, examples than just Dark
yeah,
Souls. Like
Sure.
even
yeah,
just a lot of single player games you can
Elden
put
Ring.
like on
Yeah.
a hard mode. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I
It's a Souls-like.
don't think that we've lost hard games, but I do agree that there are more easier stuff too. And I think that is actually going on the point. They're looking at the audience of the overall people, and it's smart to have a wide variety. Now, also, lest us forget, I've been playing video games since the original, like the 1980s, and there actually were easy games back then too. I remember my sisters had like little Care Bear games that came out alongside like Donkey Kong and Nintendo and
Care
stuff.
Bear.
Yeah,
I don't know if I remember that.
maybe it was Strawberry Shortcake, but there
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
there was definitely
That's
there was
old.
definitely some easy games back then too. So
But
I don't know.
okay.
I mean, yeah,
Those games
that
were targeted to young kids. I mean, that makes sense why they were
yeah,
easier. But
sure.
go ahead.
And it doesn't matter who they're targeted to, but there was easy
Yeah.
games back then too. And then I
Mhm.
feel like there's hard games now. Now, if we want to talk about like the ratio and if we feel like it should be different, but I'm just saying I disagree with there not being hard games these days, but I definitely appreciate the topic.
That's
And
fair.
I like to hear that you like harder things because we definitely don't need to have hard stuff go away. And then if we bring it into a
Yeah.
Destiny conversation, I also think they're doing a pretty good job. And again, they are going more with the core audience. Destiny, in my opinion, is going to be getting harder and harder as we go along because as we have less players, we're averaging 50K right now, but it could go back down to the 30K and then it'll bump up again to maybe 75 to 100 when a new expansion comes out again. But when you have less players, as opposed to back in the day when you had 300,000, a million, even on just one platform, if you just have a smaller group of players now, and if a lot of them are more hardcore players, then you probably are going to see Destiny getting harder. And then that's actually showing they are going off after that audience, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Todd, what do you think?
That's fair.
Oh, I got so many thoughts on this. When you brought this topic, yeah, my gears started spinning. I think the reason, to answer your question, why are games easier? Times are different, man. Think about these developers can get scrutinized so easily now because we have social media. People have a way of directly communicating with these developers now, where in the past, I mean, we played Atari and I played Space Invaders or heck, any games, back then, the home console games. There was really no way for me to communicate directly. I mean, what do we have? Nintendo Magazine. I mean, there was very few ways you could communicate with the actual Nintendo or the actual Atari studios back then who made these games. It was very much like Wizard of Oz stuff, where you didn't know what went on behind the curtain. All you saw was the product, and that's it. And because there's no internet back then, there was no way to to improve a game or patch a game or change something. I mean, when a game was bugged, like an old Atari game was bugged, you pretty much said, well, that's the game. We're going to live with that bug, we know when we get to this level that you can go over in this spot and hit your directional arrows a certain way, and you'll immediately, go into a totally different room and bypass the difficulty sometimes. But Donkey Kong, I will say this. I never, and this may be a sacrilege being on a gaming podcast, Donkey Kong was my obsession when I was very young teenager. I must have put probably $1,000 in quarters in that damn console game at the 7-Eleven down the street.
You didn't have the home one? I had the home one.
Well, eventually I did, but I
Okay.
never, ever beat Donkey Kong. I kept trying. I kept playing. And I eventually, you memorize the levels, you memorize everything, but eventually it just got so chaotic and crazy. The barrels were coming so fast. You were almost like, there's just no way I can do this. There's no way I can jump over these barrels a certain way. Then you'd find out, later in life how people got by all that stuff. But another thing too is, think about gaming today. If any game comes out, let's just say Elden Ring, for instance. I started playing Elden Ring, and say there's a boss that I just can't get by. This guy freaking one taps me and I'm down. I can just go to YouTube, and there's probably at least 40 different channels talking about Elden Ring, and I can just put in the search bar, how do I kill this boss? What am I doing wrong? Or, this boss, and it'll give me a full walkthrough of what I need to do. It's kind of a cheat guide. I mean, it's kind of a cheat code, so to speak, without having to enter a cheat code. And the thing is back in the days when they released games on consoles, because there was no internet, because there was no way to communicate, there was no scrutiny by the public. The only scrutiny you got from the public is people wouldn't buy the game. I think the only scrutiny I remember in Atari was the ET game. It was so bad that there was a national campaign where people were throwing them in the garbage and setting them on fire. That was the most you could do. And it would hope that it would get on the local news or the national news even about that stupid ET game that everyone hates. If you watch that one movie on Netflix, that one documentary, they actually interview the guy who made that game. And it was always the same bullshit where the corporation wanted it done before it was ready. Kind of like, life imitates the past a lot these days. But like I said, there's so much scrutiny now with developers. And if there were no board of directors, there was no shareholders involved, if you took all of them out, which eventually maybe that'll happen, because right now we've talked in the past about how investors are driving games and the players are not the customer anymore. The investors are. If you were to take that out of the equation, then I think that studios would start listening more to their player base on their games. I think they have to now. It's kind of an inconvenience, because if they don't make the sales, that's the only way we can really vote on a game now, is by buying it, or not buying it, or not pre-ordering it, or pre-ordering it if we want to buy it. So I think times have just changed so much that there's more flexibility in how games are updated and reacting to all kinds of different players. That brings up another point. We have so many different kinds of players now than we did back then. Us OG gamers that would play adventure and all these games, and when they first came out to the consumer market in the early 80s, we're old people now, and we may not want so much challenge like we did back when we were younger and had tons of time every day to play it after school until we finally got through, because we memorized every frickin' screen. And I think another thing is some games are considered comfort games, or what I call black hole games, where we love to just plop in our seat, forget about work, turn off all the shit that's going on in our lives, and just shoot stuff and kill it and get our release that way. What do you think based on what I just said?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty true. When I'm talking about games like that I've played with, like the difficulty games
Right.
that I've played.
Sure.
I can't even solo a dungeon. Like
It's hard.
I'm still working on that.
Got to memorize.
But like with you got to memorize. But like with the newer games that are out, just on how
I don't know how quick it goes. There's no.
Yeah.
I don't really like the lack of accomplishment with some of the newer games. You know, you got to work at it. I guess that's
Yeah.
maybe what it is. Going back to the old games, you know, you had to work at it. You had to sit down, you had to play, you had to memorize things. And
Yeah.
that's kind of going away a little bit. And
Yeah.
certainly not for every game, but yeah. And yeah, with the developers getting into things and with the investors, I mean, it kind of makes sense that video games are trying to pull in the numbers because
Mhm.
they've got a lot of money behind them. You know, and I think I think it was Kingsley. You said, and I think it was you that had mentioned like the new genre or not genre, but like the new games that are kind of like coming up are indie games. Um, you know, indie games are a pretty cool area. You know, because isn't like that Claire Xscara
Yeah.
game? Isn't that more like an indie game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
33
a good
people made it.
example too. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like most games these days, that game can be extremely complicated or it can be somewhat easy just depending on what
Mhm.
mode you want to play it on. Um, yeah, I just feel like we are in a good state of gaming these days, no matter all the issues that we have, sure, with boards and
Oh
things like
yeah.
that. I just feel like there's so many games that we have, and generally you can play old games. I know not, you can still play most old games. I know that's not
Mhm.
always the case, but we have so much at our fingertips that I don't really think that there's less hard games these days. There's just more overall games and plenty of easy games
More
also.
competition.
I love the
Yeah,
state of
and
games
Yeah.
that we're in these days.
yeah, and maybe that's the thing. There's just so it's so saturated with a lot of
Yeah.
games. Um,
And
yeah,
that's for a good reason. I
Yeah.
mean, more
yeah,
people are
yeah.
doing gaming these days. However, just and I hate to sidetrack to a different point, and maybe we'll talk about this a different week, but it may be going down. The Gen Z generation, they are not playing video games as much. I read a report like they are 50% less likely to play games as much as millennials, Gen X and
Well,
older.
I think
So
millennials is like the core gamers. I think it's like I remember reading a
these days,
stat. It was
yeah.
like yeah, these
Yeah.
days it was like 38% or
They're in the
something of
curve.
gamers.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
interesting about Gen Z. So we might have a situation where there's a generation where it tapers off a little bit, and doesn't mean millennials and Gen X and older will stop playing games. It just means like it could be an issue of like, you know, eventually that could cause a problem where there may be less games if there's less market to
Well,
market things
it
to,
kind of that also kind of brings up another point. I was reading an article earlier about like console games, PC games, and mobile games. I think the mobile game industry is, I think, kind of where it's at in the future. I, because I think I read a stat like over 50, I think it's over 56% of all games, according to certain developers, I guess, and according to the internet article that I read, it was like 56% of all games that are played are on mobile. And
Mhm.
the console and the PCs are starting to go like that's on the downward trend.
Yeah, you know why it is? Because actually, I found the actual article here. It's not even so much that they're playing less, I guess, but they're spending way less money on video games than older gamers. Now, you can say, well, it's because they're younger, they have less money. But no, they ran this
Mhm.
report against other generations, even when they were younger. And really, if they're going to play a game at all, it's most likely going to be a free to play game. And yes, there are plenty of free to play games on PC and console, but there's even more on phone.
Mhm.
So I'm a little concerned because I like a variety. Like I said, I think we're in a good state of video games right now, but I wouldn't love to get in a situation where 80% of video games are free to play games.
And let's
Yeah,
This is my personal opinion, but yeah.
let's
I can't
turn.
stand. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, let's turn this toward Destiny, because I think Destiny is a prime example these days. And you may hate Astacross for saying it, but you don't have to get the tier 5 stuff. You don't have to do the grind if you don't want it. I mean, it's funny. I have some armor that's tier 3 that gives me almost the same stats because of the way it's laid out as a tier 4 piece of armor. And it's not much difference at all. It's not much difference at all. And so you start thinking to yourself, well, all I need really is tier 3. I can still put some, because tier 3 falls around the high 60s, mid to high 60s. Tier 4 is going to jump into the 70s, and then tier 5 will run into the 80s. As far as, but you don't need that to play the game. So what I like how Destiny is being played now is it's covering it's very much your topic. It's covering all wide ranges of skill levels. We've had people talk. This has been a topic in our Discord, in our Destiny chat channel in our Discord today. Is people are saying, well, I don't think I'm ever going to get to this level because I tried doing it and I got squashed. Well, sometimes you need to get some better builds and just do some experimentation to see what works. But the thing is this person who doesn't think he can get through to a certain power level because he can't get the A's and the portal activities, he would have just as much fun in a raid without ever even worrying about that stuff. But for us grinders, and I've been playing Destiny for 11 years. I'm certainly not a top tier player, but I definitely know how to maneuver around some tough. I used to solo Nightfalls in Destiny 1 all the time, and it just takes a lot of practice, a lot of repetition, and it literally is putting your reps in. But some people, that's not what they want to do. They don't want to have to worry about that stuff. They just want to experience the lighter side of the game. But a lot of us want to experience little harder parts of the game, and that's why we do the portal activities and are trying to get that gear score number up and higher. But the fact that there's all kinds of different players in Destiny now, I think Bungie is doing their best to appease everybody, and I'm worried about that. I'm worried that because they're trying to appease everyone, that the game will just be blah, that it'll just be average.
There's less to worry about it these days than a year or two ago because there's less players these days. So that's like what I was saying earlier. So, I think they're doing pretty good with appeasing to the group that they have now. And if anything, I think they're going to make it harder and more grind because that's where most of the players are these days.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually a little scary. I think they should go for more players because you'll never get more players too if you don't have something exciting to kind of get that.
Well, one of the things that, like, what was the name of Rite of the Nine, when they had those 3 dungeons that you could do like explore mode,
right?
I absolutely love that idea. So I know that's kind of not to contradict myself too much anyway. The fact that you can get like easier players into harder content, I think that would be a good idea for the raids. But I definitely like so I'm kind of in favor of the delta, like the power delta. I kind of like it, the fact that they cap you on things, and certainly they can do it better than what they have. But I do like the idea of explorer mode for raids. I think that'd be a really, really good thing that they could add.
That was definitely a good thing they did.
I've been wanting that for years, and in some ways I think it's less likely, but I also in some ways think it's maybe more likely these days. I know I'm saying it both ways, but like less likely because there's a smaller player base, but more likely just because they did it with dungeons. Hopefully they'll do it with raids.
Yeah, I just on how to do that though with the undertaking of that would be probably pretty expensive.
That's the problem, is it would take a lot of work, and I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons they won't do it.
I don't think it'll ever work for raids because raids need teamwork. They need multiple. It's really unless you're esoteric, you can't solo a raid, man. It's just so hard to do.
No, it's not. No, explorer mode wasn't for soloing; it was for teaching.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you could
for
solo.
That part. Yes.
The purpose wasn't for soloing,
right?
Even though you thought the purpose was for that, Todd. The purpose was to teach even groups of 3 people, and you can do that in a raid too. Right. You can have little pop-ups that come up just like the dungeon. So a group of 6 new guardians go into a raid, and they can communicate through Discord, but then they don't know the mechanics and they just want to learn it easier. Right. They can have little pop-ups like, "Oh, you got to go over and deposit the thing over here." Yeah. So don't think of it as a solo thing, but more or less as a teaching thing for no matter how big your group is.
Because even like a diamond that would pop up would be helpful. In like an explorer mode, because that's how I think the exotic missions, some of those have little pop-up diamonds, but yeah, that would even be helpful.
Well,
But again, the problem with the raid, there's a lot they would have to program.
That's a lot. I don't know how they would do it.
Well,
and that's a
like,
big issue.
here's
the desert
yeah.
perpetual, the eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that, but
well, here's the question. I mean, the thing we're not talking about here is accessibility. I mean, there's some people that need special settings on their game so they can use a controller correctly, versus accessibility, meaning people aren't highly skilled at playing shooters or video games. And my question is, can they balance that? Can both of those parts of players coexist in Destiny 2? Can you have?
It already is.
yeah.
I mean, how is it working out? Do you think it's? I mean, the Explorer mode definitely was a good step in the right direction. I didn't play a lot of it, mainly because that's not my jam. I don't do a lot of dungeons for some reason. I don't know why, but I do raids. I don't do many dungeons. But for someone
accessibility?
Like for a newer player who came into Destiny and maybe is new to shooter games, would Bungie be able to apply some of the similar activities that we're doing, but to be able to adjust the difficulty level where they can survive and at least have a good time playing the game? Do you think there's a good system in place for that now?
Since you brought up accessibility, I want to talk about that first, and then I'll answer your question.
Okay.
But yeah, Bungie does better than even most games with accessibility. There's tons of settings in there.
Yeah.
And they're already doing pretty good with that. And I feel like with where the game is right now, they've added a little more on the harder side. And Barrow, you were even saying you kind of agree, like Bungie's in a pretty good state with that right now. So as long as they keep looking at the fringes, but this is the hardest, most time-consuming thing, is on the hard side and on the easy side, to add more to the fringes. Is it worth that juice to squeeze? Is it worth spending the time programming those things? That's really the main question, is looking again at the core audience, going back to that term, and if it's worth them doing it. But that being said, they do a pretty good job, but of course we would always want them to do more, even more harder stuff and more easier stuff. And where do you draw the line, right?
Yeah, and I wonder what the percentage is. And I don't know if we ever have that numbers. I've looked so much for those kind of numbers, like the percentage of people that play on the hardest difficulty versus the easiest difficulty. I don't even know if we can even get those numbers. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because with the hard stuff, when they make the multiplier or the modifiers, and they actually call them skulls, if you notice, if you look one of the little titles.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's kind of a callback to Halo, but
a lot of things do.
Yeah, the amount of people that play those harder difficulties, I wonder how many people they're playing, they're doing that for, I guess you could say.
Well, we know only not even 10% have finished one raid in this player pool. I mean, that's a well-known statistic for a long time. Some people just say, 6 people, bunch of encounters, takes 2 hours. No, I don't want to do that. And some people like jumping into the portal activity and cranking it out 3 or 4 activities before they go to work in the morning. I mean, that's why I think it's working so well right now. Why we have less numbers in Destiny 2 now, but if you look at who's sticking around, it's 60% of the player base is sticking around. And yeah, you can say, well, that's because they're putting the carrot in front of the stick, but isn't that what looter shooters are supposed to do? I mean, they got to have a reward for why are you playing if there's no meaning to anything you're getting. And that's what I really love about the power number and the Guardian rank. They actually mean something now, other than just something to show someone how much you played the game, which in itself is probably okay. But now there's actual meaning to being a Guardian rank 9, or like JD Kent being at almost 450 power. So that he actually gets better drops because he's gotten to that mountaintop. But there's some people that don't really care about getting to that mountaintop and they just want to jump in and enjoy games. I remember when I played Myst. You guys remember Myst, that first PC game? I remember I messed around with moving around. It was it was the very first IBM personal computer I played it on. And I kept moving it around. I was kind of confused what to do. And eventually, you know what happened? I quit playing it because I just couldn't grasp what the game was about. I didn't get any early successes to keep me enthused to keep playing it. And that's just the kind of player I am. But with there's so many video games in the arcades that I never finished. I liked playing them. I loved playing them, but I was never in the arcade trying to get to the end and finish a game. I think Punch-Out was one of the very few that I did, and man, what an experience when I did get through and finally beat the game. But there weren't many games that I actually finished. And I think there's a lot of players like that out there who just want to just have some comfort to just check out of what's going on in their life, and just, it's part of entertainment now. It's part of everything else that entertains us, including TV and everything else. So how does a developer mix that in a game? Because like Battlefield 6, for instance, Kingsley, you don't want anything to do with it because it's all PvP pretty much. And you jump in and it's just chaos. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You're just running around shooting and trying not to die and trying not to have a tank take your head off. And, you know, that's just not for you. You don't want to do that kind of stuff. And I can understand that. I do. You want probably more thinking and more methodical games, or something where you need your brain power. You need to use more strategy, you know, or like running through the campaign, you're just wanting to enjoy the story and understand what this new year of prophecy is all about for Destiny 2.
Yeah. So, you brought up a lot of points there. So Myst was a puzzle game, a hard puzzle game.
Very hard puzzle game.
That brings up an interesting topic too. There's different definitions of what people consider hard. And not everyone likes the same things. Like, I don't really like puzzle games either, believe it or not. I like exploration and light puzzles, but my wife loves puzzle games. And you can honestly say puzzle games can be hard, but then the people that like the twitchy fast finger reflex games might be like, that's not hard, because they think a hard game is just twitchy fast finger reflex games. And then someone who loves a puzzle game may think like, well, whatever, they can use their fingers well, but they can't think through things as well as a puzzle game. So it's an interesting topic for sure. You know, one thing that I have been enjoying that is a little bit harder in Destiny like lately is actually running in Fireteam match-made master activities.
Okay.
The reason why is because it's what I talk about. I've talked about on raids before too, why raids are always different, because it depends on the crew you're playing with.
Right.
And sometimes they can be easier, sometimes they can be harder. And I find myself this kind of like puzzle piece of like how the team is doing, and I have to like step up in one area when one of the teammates isn't doing as well, or I can relax in another area if they're doing really well. And it's always this interesting puzzle to see, wow, this is an interesting experience. Because back when strikes were only match made on the easiest level, it was always easy. But now at least I'm so happy they have auto match made for master activities. I've been saying that forever. I don't know if it's going to get me to play those tons and tons and tons like all the time, but when I do, it's actually kind of an interesting, fun experience to try to figure out that puzzle of how to hold the team together when people are dying right and left, or maybe not dying, but like not killing the ads. And I'm not any great player, but at least I find ways to step up and put my feet in the arena too to help out.
It's so funny you say that, man, because it's the same way I approached Crucible. When I play solo, and I play a lot of games solo, when I jump in and I kind of get a feel for how my team is playing, are they rushers? Are they sitting back? Are they playing in groups? What's their strategy? How are they trying to win this game? I will literally adapt myself to their play style. It's within reason. I'm not going to go, running and kicking doors down. Probably I'll let the killers do that, but I tend to try to do everything I can to get the win, or for you to get successfully through the strike. You know, it's very much on the same level. But I had to read what MJ22 said. He had a couple of comments here. I just want to make sure I shared them. He says, I think there is also some nostalgia around older games. Like if you went back and played older games nowadays, would you have a different experience? And I got thinking
I've done
about
that a little bit. I kind of agree with that sometimes. And it's not as easy as it's easy for me to say, well, it's easier now because I have more experience, but it's mixed. I have mixed feelings. Some games I'm like, oh, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was. Or maybe it was just like, oh, it's harder nowadays because I don't have as twitchy finger reflexes. So it's definitely an interesting thing. There is nostalgia sometimes. Not always, but sometimes.
For sure.
If you went back, would you have a different experience, Barrel Early?
You know, I'd have to try that.
Okay.
I actually still have we still have the old console. It was the Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Still have all those old games.
Heck yeah.
I'd have to go back and try it. Yeah.
I'm curious how we would experience them. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I don't have many of my Ataris left from days.
Yeah,
On the
it's been-
Switch, you can
There's
play a lot of
emulators.
old Nintendo games
A lot
too.
of emulators, yeah.
Yeah, emulators. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
messed around with emulators
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, not too much.
He MJT2 also said, "Isn't this a good example of what the Portal's potential allows? In other words, default is easy, accessible, and more experienced players can modify difficulty for rewards, cosmetics, etc." Yeah, that's what I was just touching on. It's the fact that I think
But he was saying that when we were talking about the raid thing, that's back several
I understand.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, the portal
That's a good
is
point.
good for that, but they need to do it in more
Yeah.
than just the portal.
Yeah. Base Windu says, I
Because
play older
raids-
games all the time. I have a Super NES Mini. Cool, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I very rarely go back and play my old games. I'm always looking to see what the latest, greatest is. I like technology. I've played all the Pixel games. They're fun, yes, but they were a lot more fun when I was 13, not now that I'm over 50.
Yeah, they're not very deep.
Yeah. A much simpler time.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And I've always
Yeah.
been on that topic, I've always been a futurist. I enjoy newer games.
Yeah.
I don't have as much nostalgia as some people.
Right.
I mean, yes, I want Wrath of the Machine back, but that's a different story. But
Yeah.
like I go back and play the old games, and I loved my Super Mario Brothers 3. It was one of my favorite games
Oh,
ever.
the platformers are a
And,
lot of fun.
It's fun to play again,
Yeah.
but I still really appreciate games these days so much more because better graphics is super important to me. I'm a very visual, very observant person.
Mhm.
And so I always knew, like when I was a kid, I was a futurist. I'm like, I even knew back then when no one else knew, I'm like, video games kind of suck right now. They're going to get better as far as like graphics and everything. And
Yeah.
sure enough, they have gotten so
Well,
much better over the years.
remember the ET years with the Atari? The video game industry almost died back then, man. It was like, it's kind of a little bit like today. There's so many games flooded and there's so many crappy games that aren't finished. That was a lot like what happened in those early, or I should say late Atari years. Gaming almost died, man. And then that's when Super Nintendo came out and changed the whole thing. And I really feel that that's what's going to happen in our industry. That's the only thing that can make it go forward is someone's going to come out with another Destiny type of game that just blows everything out of the water. And I'm waiting for that day to happen.
Oh my gosh. Destiny didn't blow the whole industry as much as you think it did.
It did for me. Blew my mind. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
but not the whole world.
I
Like,
understand, but it'll be a quantum leap in gaming compared to where we're at now. You know, I think it'll be here.
Yeah.
It'll be here before you know it. Whether it's AI directed games or like you said,
Yeah,
Kinsley,
there you go. That's a better thing.
like
to
you
say,
said,
like a new technology.
procedurally generated worlds. You know, where it's never the same when you open up into a new area. You know, that I can't imagine that's too far away. So yeah.
No, I mean they kind of have that with that No Man's Sky game.
Oh yeah.
If you played that, is that that's a procedurally generated game?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's like a true version of that.
Yeah.
It's one of the few games that are, I've always wanted to get more into that game. The only problem with that game is there's just so many like micromanaging resources that are just
Dude, it
fucking
is like
you know.
it's intense.
Yeah.
Like I had to so I played it for quite a while. I had I think like almost 100 hours into it.
Mm.
I don't like
And-
resource games. Yeah.
and the amount of things you have to juggle is like, oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah.
easier as you get into it. Like once you're like 50 hours, it gets a lot easier. But
So
you gotta
if they could bring true procedural generation into Destiny, like they keep hinting, but it never comes, then I'd be happy.
Yeah, Base
That'd be
Window says
crazy if they did
some of the
that.
game music was funky. Oh yeah, the game music was fantastic, man. It's iconic stuff. I still have that stuff pinging in my head all the time. That's for sure.
Like a real horde mode or
Yeah.
a real Kepler with different things,
Yeah.
not like what they claimed it was.
Yep.
Then I'd
I
be
mean,
happy.
Yeah, when you mentioned this topic, I mean, a lot of things came up. I mean, I think there's room for a lot of indie games out there to have more challenging stuff to appeal to those really deep gamers who really want to try crazy stuff. I think if you go to Steam Library, there's a lot of games out there that are very cerebral and definitely more challenging. I think they're out there. I just think the thing is there's a lot many different types of gamers, and think about how many generations of gamers there are now versus back in the early days of gaming. It was all new to us Gen Xers, man. It was the newest craze, man. And that's the best thing my dad ever did was buy me an Atari 2600 for Christmas. I never looked back, man. I was a gamer from then on out. There was no turning back. I could play this game on my television set in the comfort of my own home, and I didn't have to go to the arcade to do it anymore. It was such a cool time, man. And now look, I mean, we got past the Gen Zs now. There's a new, a whole new generation of gamers coming up now that are, toddlers right now, and they're used to looking at screens and getting that instant gratification. So what they're going to like in gaming is going to be totally different than what this old fart likes to game. So I think the fact that there's so many generations and different kinds of players to appease, I just think I agree with you, Kingsley. It's a good time to be a gamer right now, man. I really am waiting for that next quantum step. Yeah.
Was it going to be Grand Theft Auto?
I don't know, man. I don't get as excited as everybody else. I don't get as excited.
That's a joke.
I know, but I just, everybody's so crazy over that game. And yes, it's about Florida. Yeah, I know I'm going to jump in and at least experience it, but I don't know if I don't live in that world, man. I know Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out so long. It's almost an antique
you
now.
also didn't play Cyberpunk, and that was a fun game.
Yeah, true.
Did you play Cyberpunk? Yeah.
I tried it.
The exploration is off the charts. So
I tried it in the early days when it was so buggy, and I just should have waited. I still got the game in my library, so I'll probably go back eventually and jump into it on a day when there's nothing else to do. But dude, there's so much. There's so little time. So little time and so much to play.
You could spend hours in Cyberpunk just in one block of the city, and just go up and down buildings and back alleys and just see people like getting little fights, or like you could be like an assassin if you wanted to use so many. You could spend I could go on forever.
But see, that base window, you nailed it. Personally, to me, the magic of GTA has gone. That's the thing. We mature as gamers, and we start enjoying other types of games. There's other games that we try, and my God, I would have never seen Destiny. I never would have even tried Destiny if I wasn't fed up playing Call of Duty all the time. I was getting tired of the same Call of Duty games, the same 3-lane maps, the same guns, and nothing had changed. It was just a regurgitation of last year's game or game 2 years ago.
Second. You like doing the same bounties over and over.
Yeah, but see, I've bought into the Destiny verse. I've bought into it. I know there's a reason to play, and I just love being in the world. Yes, okay, you got me. I love being in the world. I love sitting on Cosmodrome and running and glimmer farming.
Doing the same thing over and over.
I don't mind doing that because it's that appeals to my comfort side of gaming, where I'm not really worried about anything. I just want to turn my brain off and just shoot aliens in the face and collect glimmer. That's all I want to do, and complete some bounties while I'm at it. I'm kind of multitasking. I'm getting dopamine hits from all parts of the game, And then there's time when we do raids, like we did the Desert Perpetual raid. I was ready, man. I was ready to try something new. I wanted some challenge, and we got it. They delivered, man. So
honest question with Battlefield or those type of games.
Yeah.
Did you really leave them because it was the same thing over and over? Because again, Destiny's the same thing over and over.
No,
the reason you had some bad experience?
The year that Battlefield died is when they made it look like Battlefront. They had very limited weapons. What they did basically is they
changed it.
They stripped the game down. They stripped the game down and made it dummy proof. And you could run around with well, that was Battlefront, but they basically, EA, when they made Battlefront, that certain type of Battlefront where there was just like 5 different blasters, you would run out of stuff to do so quickly. And then they applied it to the next Battlefield game. Us Battlefield players that played Battlefield 3 and 4, we were like, we're out. This is boring as hell, and this is stupid. And that's the reason.
They changed it. It wasn't just the same over and over.
DICE has been trying to get us back for years. They tried the Battlefield 1 with the World War I. I don't care for that. And if you looked at Battlefield 1, World War I, you were very limited on what weapons you could unlock. And once you unlocked them, there really wasn't much else to do. The thing I love about Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, you're using military accurate weapons. You have so many weapons. Just assault rifles alone, you had like maybe 20 different kinds from all different countries, all different models. That's how I learned about weapons, was through Battlefield 3. I learned about the AN-92, a Russian rifle that shot a bullet just synchronized behind each other. So when they hit the target, they did even extra damage. And the second bullet did more velocity because it was drafting off the front bullet. That's the stuff like that. It's in my head now, it's fantastic. But once they deviated from that model that all of us Battlefield players loved, They've been trying to get us back ever since, and I think that's why they brought in the big guns this time. This is do or die for DICE, for EA. This is their one big last home run swing to get us Battlefield players back, and I think they might be successful because they actually listened to their player base. Imagine that. They listened to their player base, didn't create a clone of Battlefront. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Okay.
Well, it makes more sense because you were saying they
Yeah.
kept it the same, but now
Yeah.
I see you left it because they changed it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Base Window, I got into Destiny because I loved Halo. It's the same reason why Barrel Barley got into Destiny. Yeah, I never got into Call of Duty and Battlefield. My son got me into that in 2004. I'd never played an online shooter before, and it was the funniest thing dropping me in the middle of a battlefield, and I could just barely aim my gun. I was like, what button do I press to shoot? How do I run? I can't run. Why can't I run? And people will just walk up to you and go, what's this dude's deal? You know? This guy can't even move his gun right. Well, this is definitely a greenie here, man. But things change, you know. Maybe I've outgrown Call of Duty. This is why I love the deep world of Destiny now and why I still play it. A lot of my Battlefield friends never got into Destiny. They don't understand what it is that I love about Destiny. Think of the build crafting. Think of all the different intricate parts of Destiny that you're never going to get in Battlefield. Battlefield, yes, you can unlock all the weapon, the stock, the different sights on the gun and stuff, and that's fun. It gives you something to do. But when it comes down to it, you play the same game every time. Nothing is different. With Destiny, it has so much potential to be so much more than what they've grinded it out to be lately. So that's the reason why I podcast about it. It's just a great game. Hey, man, that was a great topic. Super good topic, man. I'm glad you brought that to the show. That's the reason I asked you on tonight. You know, I thought that was such a great topic to bring, and especially with everybody complaining about the portal system, good or bad, I figured it would be a good topic of conversation, especially this time in the Destiny verse. So thank you for that.
They were so heated.
Yeah,
They had their pitchforks in the chat. They were so mad.
Oh, we've
so
very respectable comments.
I am a massive Portal fan. I absolutely love the Portal. It's I think it's a good addition.
Good, man. I'm glad you like it. I like it too. We have quite a few questions for the show tonight, and we're running late. So as we always do on guest episodes, so we're going to do that when we return. I need to get a refill on my tea because I don't want my voice going out again. If you guys need to use a bathroom or anything, now would be a good time. We're going to answer questions and then sign out for the night. So
That'll work.
Chat, we'll be right back. Give us like a couple minutes maximum, and I'll put an overlay on here. You can see some of my terrible trials play.
I'm still here, but yeah.
You can still hear me?
I can. Yep.
Okay, good. One of my earpieces died.
No.
It
Yeah,
was
hear you
fully
fine.
charged. I got it in the charger right now.
Yeah. AirPods.
Yeah, AirPods. Yeah.
I like mine. I just don't use them enough.
Yeah, it's a bummer with this computer. I'm not sure if it's an Apple. The new one I'm going to get is going to be a PC. I think I'm going to get like well, obviously it'll be a current gen.
Yeah, it's not so much the type of computer. It's just if you had a 10-year-old PC, you could be having problems too.
Yeah. Well, so I would have mentioned it, but that I was on an old computer. But the amount of, I did a pretty good amount of testing. I actually streamed Twitch on this computer, and I used like this mic, and it's worked fine. So that's why I didn't think there'd be an issue. But
if you ever want, just for free, I can give you some tips through DMs because I'm a consultant in IT and I specialize in Apple stuff. And there may not be much that can be done on that computer. I mean, my guess is it's just the hard drive's getting slow and failing, or maybe you're really low on memory.
No, no, it's probably more the hard drive thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm basically just patching this thing together until I get to the PC.
You get something else, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna go.
Yeah, I have my gaming PC just because games, obviously you need a PC for that. But then I'm actually doing Discord and talking through I have a MacBook Air 2024 model. It's beautiful. It's a really nice
Yeah,
machine that I use for just all my email and work and Discord and and chat and video conferencing and stuff. So
yeah.
yep.
I can plug my phone in. I've got my phone like propped up in like the weirdest position.
Yeah, and I do a lot of networking stuff, but I don't do any wiring, so I definitely rely on network guys or electricians from time to time to run the cables because it's so funny. Like when I was younger, I thought I would maybe have to get into that. When I was learning things, I almost learned how to terminate. I think I did learn once how to terminate cables and this and that. And honestly, if computers hadn't come around, electrician is a job I would have loved to go into. It's kind of adjacent stuff that I appreciate, but I'm definitely more on the software side. Like I do networks, like all the firewalls, the software. Just last night, I had a company that we were upgrading their firewall and access points and all this stuff. But I told the company, like, well, you have 2 access points in the ceiling, and we want to run a newer Cat6 cable because it's on an older cable, and I don't do that. So we found someone on. I used to have a good cable guy, but he's being responsible. But we just found someone on Thumbtack, and the guy came out and had that guy run the cable, and then I was just there to kind of manage everything and put together the firewall afterwards. But it's
I
fun.
gotcha.
I know a lot about it in theory, like network wiring. I know a lot about it. I just don't literally run them or terminate them is what I do. So
Yeah, I don't. So I do terminate a lot of the stuff. We
Mhm.
do the houses that we do. Is a lot of older. You know, the stuff that we do, I think it's actually kind of older gen stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
not very. It seems like it's stuff from like the early 2000s. Now that's what the companies pay us to put in. I mean,
Oh,
we're just
sure.
doing
Yeah,
exactly what they want, but
exactly. Yeah.
it's like the Cat6 terminal blocks.
Yep.
Basically that you can just run a patch cord from your modem or router into the
Yep.
terminal block, and that's basically it. I mean, I guess it is kind of somewhat modern, but it's not like it's not anything special. So I physically punch the Cat6 wires down to those terminal blocks.
Well,
That's
a lot of times too, people worry too much, and then we should move on since we're running Todd's back. But
Yeah.
like sometimes too,
we
people are
can
like,
we can move
"Oh,
on.
we need a Cat 6A or Cat 7 or something." I'm like, "No, dude. Like, you really probably don't. I mean, it's good to future proof to a point, but like some people
Yeah.
go overboard too the other way." So
Yeah, Linus Tech Tip had a really good uh, theory on that. Is that our internet's actually, or computers are actually getting too fast, and like the internet actually can slow us down now. Like that's one of the bottlenecks. Like the actual
yeah,
servers, not
yeah,
necessarily our equipment.
yeah, yeah,
Is like but anyway,
yeah. Good point.
Oof,
Well,
we
that's
got a
what
lot of
data centers are
questions.
for because you can spread it out across multiple servers and drives. But
What's up,
yeah.
Allocate?
Yep.
All right, let's get into
All
some
right, we're ready,
questions. We
Todd.
got some good questions tonight. Man, the community turned out this week, man. Okay, here we go. Well, boys and girls, this is the final segment of our show. This is where we get questions from you guys. And man, community really showed up this week. They had some really insightful questions here. So start Destiny questions first. We'll start with man, a lot of questions. Okay. Wow, guys. It reminds me of the old days, Kingsley, when we couldn't even get through all the questions every show. Ronan Red Lion, he starts out. He says, "We've all done it. Infused or dismantled that good roll we didn't mean to. Can you recall any particularly bad gear deletion oopsies?" I know I accidentally deleted
Not me.
a tier 4 area denial frame this week on Solstice. I said, well, it's not power. It's not a power. And then I said, oh, wait a minute, that's the roll I wanted. It's gone.
Yeah, not me either.
I got to grind for it. Okay. Mr. Dead Rabbit, with the way they did Solstice, how do you think it might affect Festival of the Lost? Do you think we'll lose the Lost sectors for some Halloween type modifiers, or maybe keep the Lost sectors from the feedback of this event? Good question.
Well, they're not going to be able to change it that quick based on feedback. So if they already were getting rid of the lost sectors, it unfortunately is probably going to be that way.
What do you think, Barrow? You're muted.
He's
talking.
he can't hear or he can't talk right now. I don't know.
You're muted. Yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, but I think he's saying he can't hear us or he can't talk.
No,
right
there
now.
we
Oh,
go.
yeah,
We got it.
No, I had to change earpieces. That's all.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Yeah. Anyway, can you repeat the
Yeah,
question?
no problem. With the way they did Solstice, this is from Mr. Dead Rabbit. How do you think it might affect Festival of the Lost? Do you think we'll lose the Lost Sectors for some Halloween type modifiers, or maybe keep the Lost Sectors from the feedback of this event? What do you think they're going to do with Lost Sectors?
I hope they do. They keep the Lost Sectors.
I like 'em.
love Lost Sectors.
I love them too.
I know they're not very elaborate, but I love the Lost Sectors. So I hope they keep them.
But what about the people that loved Solstice when they got rid of that? So what do you think they'll do versus what do you like?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Because there were people that got upset about that the Solstice activity was gone. There's actually a fair amount of people.
I never actually played that Solstice activity because that was when did that come out last year?
2019.
It's usually,
we
I don't
started
know,
this
it's always
podcast.
summertime.
Well, because every solstice, isn't it like every year they do solstice?
So
yeah.
there's
Every
always been the what is it called? The bonfire thing. What's the world called?
Bonfire Bash.
Bonfire Bash.
Yeah.
And yes, it's every year.
I remember 2019 when we did our first podcast. It was in July. It was right during that time when we were grinding out, trying to get gear and stuff from the Bonfire Bash event. So it wasn't called Bonfire Bash back then. It was something else, but it was the same world. It was a floating world. So yeah, they've always been doing it. So I love that we don't have to do Bonfire Bash anymore.
But then to be fair, why wouldn't you love getting rid of Lost Sectors?
Because Lost Sectors, because Lost Sectors I'm familiar with. I've done all of the Lost Sectors. And I don't know what it is about Lost Sectors. It's a win for me. That's one thing Destiny 2, they changed from Destiny 1 or these Lost Sectors where they're kind of hidden in the world, in the planets. I just like that. I don't know.
So all I'm saying is if we want Lost Sectors to stay around, we should want Bonfire Bash to stay around too, so that everyone gets what they want,
It'll have the home bay like all the events have now. It'll have probably a little, track where you can get certain things. I mean, the one thing I noticed, I haven't had to go to the tower and talk to Eva at all, other than that first time. Everything is through the AI, through the UI now. It's through the interface, the portal interface now. I haven't talked to Space Grandma other than that very first day that it came out. Ever since then, I've just been filling out the track and by the way, don't grab all the track weapons until the very last second before it resets, because it keeps going up in power when you grind. So don't pick up any of that. Same with the weekly seasonal stuff. Monday night, that's when you pick it up. That means you've maxed out your power and you get the most high powered item from those engrams and the exotic engram on the weekly seasonal stuff. So I've already completed all the bounties on that. I'm sure you have too, Barley. The seasonal goes quick.
To answer the question some more, I feel like if they maybe look, I think chances, if I had to guess, they won't have it just like they didn't for this, but maybe they were just short on time and couldn't program the EAZ into the new system. Because remember, everything that's goes through the portal had to be re-looked at, reprogrammed to work with all the modifiers and stuff. And maybe they'll have time to look at the Haunted Lost Sectors and program it. But then again, do they really have the time with having less employees now? And we'll see. So
you guys will have to keep an eye on the Discord chat. I have it closed right now so I can look at questions, just so you know. I hope they keep the Lost Sectors. I'll leave it at that. We'll move on to next.
You think they will?
I hope they do. I hope they do. I don't know if they will or not.
I think they will.
I think honestly, I think it's going to be just like the Solstice event. You will get some new modifiers for our gear. Maybe Void. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Since it's spooky.
They will too. Unfortunately,
and we'll just be grinding portal events. But remember, it'll be past. We'll be well into Ash and Iron by then. So who knows what the?
Because the last Haunted Lost Sectors, how many did they even have? It didn't rotate that many.
About 3-ish.
2 or 3.
I thought it was 2 or 3.
Wasn't many.
Yeah. So
you didn't actually find it in the world. You actually had to launch it from a launcher. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scrolling down, there's some comments in here that aren't questions. This is Mr. Dead Rabbit again. Speaking of the Halloween event, any guesses for the event armor bonuses? I'm thinking solstice was summer, solar. Halloween will be darkness, maybe strand focus. I'm sure they'll save stasis for Christmas. What do you think? And it was definitely solar this solstice. What do you think? Guys think I'm hoping for void because I'm a void warlock.
That makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah, void would make the most sense just because it's like a darker looking material.
Okay. Saint had a question here. If you could reprise one non-exotic weapon from the past, either pre-Sunset D2 or Destiny 1, what weapon would it be? Personally, the weapon that jumps to mind is the Galliard 42, XN 7568. Oh, I actually still got one in my vault. It's a Black Armory variant. Yes. I remember using it in PvP back in 2019 when auto rifles were good during the hard light meta. They're good now too. Just 600s are really good in the Crucible right now, guys. Don't miss out.
Are they good in PvE?
I don't know about PvE. I mean, I'm using the the latest one.
They're pretty good.
I use it for my overload champions. What do you guys think? Pre-Destiny 2 or Destiny 1? Non-exotic.
Non-exotic.
As I pull up them. Look at some of my old stuff here.
I don't know. See, it's almost like I got to do homework for these questions.
Well,
or something.
I know. I only know of like one gun from Destiny 1. Was that like the Kavas stuff?
Yeah, that's been reused many times.
That's the only, but that's like the only gun I can call from Destiny 1.
I only used the exotic. I used, what was that one called all the time? The
electric one?
Zalo Supercell.
Mm-hmm. Zalo. It was a son of a bitch as far as keeping it level. I'll give you one. How about the Go Figure pulse rifle? It's an aggressive burst 450. I still got one from Go Figure. It was from the Forsaken.
Go figure you'd say that one.
Forsaken. Well, you know it's going to be a pulse rifle, man. You know I'm going to say pulse rifle. Bring them all back, man. Bring them all back. I mean, I said long ago they should bring all the Destiny 1 weapons and just make a one big Destiny Online or Destiny World or whatever. They never took me up on that, but I still think it'd be a good idea. Okay, good question, Saint. Thank you, sir. AO Banjo had a question here. Apologies if I'm mistaken, but since the release of Edge of Fate, it seems like there has been a major drop in anyone doing old content that isn't in the portal. Hold your comment, Kingsley. At least strikes, the Nightfall hunts were the ones I've noticed. I had to run a few of them solo because I couldn't match with any other Guardians for some of the Ghost telemetry missions that I hadn't done yet. Do you believe they should figure out a way to get players to get back into those activities and pre-Edge of Fate activities in general? Or is it best to just leave them behind as we move past the Light and Dark saga? Good question. That's from probably someone
you definitely shouldn't say they should leave them behind, Todd, because you were just saying they should have everything from Destiny 1 also. So don't try to change your tune now just because you like Portal. But
oh, no.
This is a major problem. Problem. And I saw this coming a million miles away. It makes the game feel very small, very limiting right now. You can go to those other things, but you're not really going to have a good experience. It's making that area of Destiny feel like Destiny 1 right now. Like,
it kind of is because you don't get the new gear. You don't get the new roles.
And you can't matchmake with people. Yeah, because no one's there.
Yeah.
Mr. Elmer Fudd Games, rating with a party of 9. Thank you, sir. It's very nice of you. How you doing, buddy? You doing okay? Very nice, man. Yeah, you always make me smile, buddy. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for the raid, dude. We're just answering questions from our community tonight. You know what my answer is going to be, man. Make whatever you want to do in the game. Make that give you better powered stuff. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense to do it that way. I don't understand. The portal's so limiting. Believe me, when I saw the lack of you know, with all the lack of things to do in Portal, you don't think I was disappointed? I thought I was going to be able to run all the strikes. Like the whole list of strikes would be there. And I go run all the strikes, all the ones I wanted to run solo, but I never could because it was never, you know, it was never firewalled. What's up, Sweaty Spooks? How you doing, buddy?
Well, you heard it here first, people. Todd thinks the portal is limiting.
It is. Well, I never said it wasn't limiting. It's definitely limiting, but.
Well, you sort of gave the impression.
I figured, you know, it's new. They have to, you know, they have to start somewhere. I just hope we're talking about this a year from now that, you know, that the portal is full of activities to do and just has a drop down menu even where you can.
They said they're rotating things in and out.
I know what they said,
yeah.
but I'm hoping they change their tune because,
I hope so too. Yeah.
I really hope that they make it. I think you should be able to play anything in Destiny. I don't understand why they're leaving behind all the worlds and stuff. That's just untapped potential. You want people to play your game. I mean, I guess they want to move on. I get that part, but I don't understand this limitation. I don't know about you, Barrel Barley, but Destiny feels like a different vibe now. I feel like I'm just,
you know why?
It's very antisocial now. It's like, I just want to play the solo stuff. Leave me alone. Oh, you want to do this? Sorry. I'm not going to get enough rewards in time. I can't mess with that right now.
Well, so, man, now I need to bring up another topic real quick since you brought that up. Yeah. Another way how it's antisocial is it's hard because everyone has competing goals now.
Yes.
There's people that want to do the GM version or the master version, and then other people don't. And then it's like, because then it's like, oh, your goal doesn't match up with my goal. You know what I mean? So,
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Destiny finally got the magic sauce. They finally figured out what us Destiny players want to grind for. But then he just fell a little short when it comes to the activities we can play. Why can't I go to the Cosmodrome and do patrols and get powerful drops? Why not? If I want to play that, let me play it.
Oh, you know why? Yeah. Because everything had to be re-looked at to go into the portal because of all the new modifiers and everything. They had to go through a fine-tooth comb on all those activities. You think they have the time to go through everything?
I was going to disagree with you. I think they limited it because they didn't have time to quality control all of everything. I think that's the reason why everything is so limiting because they didn't have time to go through and test every little thing out.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
We didn't let you talk, Beryl. Sorry, man.
No. You're good. I mean, because they're adding dungeons in Ash and Iron, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, they're adding some dungeon stuff. Yep.
Yeah. But are they going to rotate other things out? Because I thought you said that, Kinsley. So
yeah, they said that. They said they were going to rotate things in and out. Yeah.
So that means if there's like 10 things to play, I think there's more than 10 things, but just say if there's 10 things to play, they're going to add 2 dungeons. That means they're going to get rid of 2 things to keep it 10.
Who knows if they'll keep it at 10, but my guess it'll be around the same amount. Yeah. Maybe they'll have a few extra. Yeah.
Because you would think that they would just simply add it and not take away, but the fact that they're rotating out. But
because here's the thing too, probably one reason why they rotate is because there will be different new modifiers coming up in the next update. And so they have to test all that for those set of 10 activities they want to test on.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't even think those dungeons that we're going to see on the next update will be there permanently. They'll rotate out at some point too. And then it's always just featured gear and featured activities, and then things will be rotating in and out. Unless something changes, that's basically what it's going to be.
It's a new system. I'm giving a little bit of grace to Bungie because it's a brand new system. And I'm just hoping that they integrate it into the rest of the game in the future. I don't know how far they'll go.
We'll just have to see. A lot more employees.
I know, but we'll just have to see how that goes. We really can't see that far ahead, but I'm enjoying what they have out so far. AO Banjo, great question, dude. Thank you for sending it our way. Rona Red Lion, if I work my way up to tier 5 gear this season, how is the Renegades reset going to diminish its value? Well, first, because it's a new season, correct me if I'm wrong here, Kingsley, the armor set bonuses will go defunct, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Well, no, maybe not the set bonuses, but the if it's not listed as new armor, then those benefits of getting like extra damage resistance and stuff like that, and it won't be counted as new gear, so you can't use it in the activities as new gear.
That's a pretty big blow, man.
I think the bonuses will still be there, the armor set bonuses, but all the other things will be gone.
As far as getting your A score in your portal, that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, that, and then the extra damage resistance, and And when it says use new gear, also when those modifiers come around and all those little things.
Gotcha. Okay. Sizzix, new member of our community. My question is, if the game overall feels empty with the most recent system changes, or does it feel like there's always something to do now? My question is, if the game overall feels empty, is it empty, or is there always something to do now? I've noticed I don't really have any
ways.
He or she says, I've noticed I don't really have any quests to pursue anymore. Just pick missions that have the best rewards at the moment. There's also seemingly very little reason to visit planets outside the portal more yet. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to comment on
there's
that?
plenty to do if you like to grind, but it's empty at the same time. There's very little to do as far as variety. And
because you don't really get any of the new, like the top tier stuff in the worlds. You know, you can go into an old dungeon, but I mean, I think they cap at like 200, don't they? Some of those, like outside of the portal.
Yeah, 200 is best you can get.
Destiny kind of feels like it's like almost like it's vanilla. Yeah, the other stuff's there, but it's almost like Destiny 1. There's no reason to run it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, unless you really just like running the level, but you're not gonna gain anything in the game from it.
Like I can go back to Destiny 1 right now and have fun in like the Wrath of Machine raid, but there's no reason to run it for like current stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Holloman had a very similar question. He goes, not sure if his question has been asked, but do you all feel the power reset in Armor 3.0 change really did anything about the power creep? I don't. If anything, I feel like it's made us even more powerful because of the new build and stat possibilities. I mean, when it comes to build crafting in Destiny 2 now, there's definitely more possibilities. I mean, there's a lot more. They've added more mods.
Yeah.
They've added more weapon mods.
Creep.
I mean,
on that specific question, I agree. I think we're just as powerful, if not more powerful now. I feel pretty powerful.
Well,
I don't know.
with the delta scaling, I guess it would knock that down a bit. But if they were to take the delta scaling away, then yes, I think we'd still feel pretty powerful. But I think the delta scaling is a little too extreme. What do you think, Barley?
You know, I think maybe for some levels it might be too extreme. But I mean, I like the idea that they make it difficult. And I don't know, maybe there's a better way that they can implement that.
I think we should feel powerful as Guardians.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But more modifiers or something.
Yeah, maybe that's just the way to do it. Maybe just more modifiers. But I do like the idea that when you do the higher end stuff, it is hard. But yeah, maybe that would be the better way to do it, just through modifiers. Yeah.
Gotcha. Tian, I'm just trying to move as fast as we can here. I want to make sure we get everybody's question in. A random question here. Is our ghost basically Cade 6? I mean, the end of Final Shape.
No, my ghost is not Cade 6, and I love Cade 6.
He's in spirit in the pale.
He's a cool dude.
I mean, didn't he basically went into the ether into the Pale Heart, right? It's part of the Pale Heart now.
Although my wife would say her ghost is Cade 6. She's in love with Cade 6.
Okay. All right. Aptos, as Edge of Fate has brought us the updated armor and weapon tiers, which has been huge. I'm really enjoying it personally. What are you hoping is coming with Renegades? I'm hoping we get extra darkness supers. What are you guys looking forward to Renegades with the Star Wars theme coming our way?
I just hope it's good. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to. I hope it's a good story. A dark super would be pretty cool if they add that. But
what I'm hoping for and what I'm expecting are two different things.
I don't think I don't think this will come.
Yeah.
I do not think this will come to Destiny. But man, can you imagine if there was a light and dark guardian? We would have to choose. And for that season, we Crucible, we fought light guardians or they fought dark guardians. You know, because it's light and dark. It's the dark side, being the dark side of the Force. That would be a great way to bring it in.
Here's what I want. I want to have this system, and it better work everywhere, but this isn't going to happen. But this is what I would love. where you're hunting down things and they're variable, they're procedurally generated, and it's like go to Nessus and
Right.
hunt down this bad guy,
General
right?
Grievous.
Sure, whatever. And I know I forget it's Star Wars for a second,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's just gonna be
Yeah.
Star Wars inspired, of course, not actual Star Wars. But
No, it's inspired. Yes.
yeah, hunt down this thing it's random, and every time and it's kind of hard to find. They can be hidden in certain zones or whatever, and then hard whatever mechanics. But then as you do that, you build up to not just some number system that's going up like your power level. And sure, you can do that anyways through portal activities, but you're building up some thing, like you're building up more powerful abilities or weapons or even your guardians somehow. And every time you hunt down a new renegade person, that it's always hard to find, procedurally generated, and you could spend the whole season hunting down random procedurally generated renegades. That'd be so fun if they did something like that.
That would be.
Light and dark, man. It makes sense. This is the time they can bring it. The dark side of the Force.
Yeah, but I thought they ended the light and dark saga. So
They
I don't
did,
know.
but we still have light and dark subclasses.
Yeah, that is true.
So
It would
maybe
be,
maybe you choose, like with Drifter, you had to choose if you were going to be a snitch or you're going to be part of his team, remember? And you would get different dialogue depending on what you chose.
But does that mean I can hunt you down in PvE and kill you?
PvP.
That'd be
could.
something.
The matchmaking
PvE.
would be a go ahead and finish your thought, Barrel. Sorry, man.
No, that was it. No,
Sorry.
no, just you're
Aptos, good to hear from you, brother. I met this guy in person. What a cool dude, man. He lives over in the UK. Deadpool 1 Merc. If Bungie gave you full control to rework one activity or system in Destiny 2, what would you change first and why? If you could design an exotic weapon perk with no balance restrictions, what would you do? Double-sided question there. One activity or system in Destiny 2. Well, you know where I'm going to go, man. I'll let you guys go first because I'm going to say the same thing I always say.
Kingsley, you may have to go first. I'm trying to think of that
Okay.
one.
I would have them, we've kind of already mentioned this, I don't have to go long into it, but I'd have them rework raid stuff, have an explorer mode, have another harder mode,
That's
and
good.
just all sorts of fun things with
That's
raids.
good.
I'll pass on the weapon perk though, because I don't really know in sake of time.
Yeah, I would second that, Kingsley.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right on.
I do like more modifiers. That's definitely just and they are doing that. So
Yeah,
think
yeah, it's
I think
getting
they're
there.
doing a pretty good job. Yeah.
Bungie, quit being afraid of us hardcore players. Let us gather as many goddamn resources as we want. Excuse my French. Quit putting limits
Okay.
on strange coins, on whatever else we're collecting in this world now. Quit putting limits on it. If we want to get 10,000 enhancement cores, and God, let us do it, man. Let us go out there and farm if we want. Some people enjoy just farming, just collecting stuff. Okay. And the gun would be something similar to creating enhancement cores. I already mentioned that one in the past. You kill something, you get a chance for an enhancement core to drop, or whatever, a golf ball or whatever else that we need. Enhancement prisms, maybe. That'd be good. All right, one more question for Destiny related. Mr. Dead Rabbit, should there be an item similar to harmonic destabilizers and such that would upgrade a tiered item? Restrictions can be something like it maybe only goes up by 1 and doesn't get extra perks on weapons. Wouldn't affect armor. I was thinking I had a tier 3 mint and it has the perks I want, but the tier 4s I've gotten weren't any good. But it would also help people to get tier 4 and 5s even. They have a one-time exchange, I believe, at the Altar of Relativity where you can upgrade your tier 3s to 4s and I think your 4s to 5s, but I don't believe it adds any more perks.
No, it's not really upgrading them. It's just kind of, it lets you do a +1 to your drop. You can't literally upgrade the actual weapon you already have in your inventory, though.
Is it a one-time or is it a modifier?
No.
I think it's neither. It's a thing where it's upgrading your world drop going forward.
Okay.
It's not upgrading the weapons you already have.
Okay.
And but
it's actually pretty good.
This is a very interesting question to me because I know a lot of people want this and I have mixed feelings on it because it kind of sounds good in theory, but at the same time, if they do something like that, they're already removing so many of their base idea of what they wanted this new system to be like.
Yeah.
They wanted people to grind to
Yeah.
go from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3. And yes, you could say you could grind the other way, but then not really. If they're going to add this other thing, you'll just grind that way and not do the grind of the portal activities that they want everyone to do. So I don't know.
Yeah, they would take
I
the
mean, I guess
RNG out of
kind
it.
of yeah, it's
With
just
some of it
funny. I kind of
anyway.
sit back and laugh because all these things I saw coming a million miles away were like, people, do they really like the idea of grinding to get higher tier weapons? Well, obviously some people don't because they want this upgrade ability option. So it's like, yeah, do they add it or do they not? You know, it'll be interesting to see where they go.
I didn't know it actually made your drops go one tier higher. I actually like that. Actually, I might go back and look into that once I'm done with
But just for Kepler and
yeah, just for Kepler weapons and gear.
Yeah,
That's actually very good. Actually, that I thought it was just a one-time exchange. I didn't know it was a modifier that you could set on the world. Shoot, I haven't done the side missions yet. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
well, to get that, you have to do very hard stuff. It's part of what you'll be doing for the title. And yeah, it's and you don't get as much, you don't get stuff as quickly and as easily at Kepler either way. So if you're talking about getting stuff quickly, Portal's still the way to go.
Right. Tanjo Trade, this is for Barrel Barley. How cool is it that you get to play with and experience this game alongside your brother?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great experience. Yeah. Yeah, my brother and I play a bunch. I mean, to keep it short, I guess, when we played PC games, like racing games, I would get half the keyboard, he would get the other half of the keyboard. Like that's how we would play. And then so kind of fast forwarding to Destiny, yeah, we do a bunch of basically anytime he's on, I'm on, and we're always doing
Is he in our Discord community?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. Josiah.
Josiah. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josiah.
He's not a super big tech guy, but I'm trying to get him in. I'm trying to get him involved.
The older or younger brother?
Older.
That makes sense. Okay. He has another question for you. What's been the best part of joining and playing with this community?
Oh, dude. I think kind of like what I first said was just you guys laid out the red carpet, like the whole community. It's been so good. So much fun, so helpful. Yeah, that's probably, to sum it up, it's very helpful and very inviting. It's been good. That
was our only hope when we started this Discord a long time ago, is just to make a cool place for people to hang out and play Destiny or other games. It doesn't have to always be Destiny, but what's up, Sith Daddy? Good to see you, man. And last question for you from Taja Trade was, are you ever going to finish the stuff for us to run dual Destiny?
Maybe.
He's chuckling.
I'm working on it. It's on my list. I have like a list of things that I try to get through every time I get on, and it's on the list. I just got to work through some things. Gotcha.
Sizzix, what's an exotic you would love to see get an upgrade, armor and or weapon?
I want to say Thunderward, but it is already kind of a broken gun. But I think I'm going to say Thunderward.
Make us feel powerful.
Yeah, say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, that gun. I love it.
Well, they're actually fixing it. But I like Controverse Holds. I wish there was something else that Controverse Holds did other than being able to burn a grenade for more power. Create a little arc buddy. That's the grasp. I mean, the Controverse Holds where you can create a more powerful grenade. I wish it did a little something else. That was where I would say on armor end of it. Kingsley, you got anything in mind?
I'll just go with Transversive Steps. I used to main that earlier in Destiny 2, and it's still a good neutral game thing, but like, imagine if they added something really cool, like if you keep running for long enough, you will like just get ammo or something. Not just auto reload, but like you'll get ammo. Not tons, but you'll get ammo.
Okay. Last Destiny question from Clover. what is your favorite and least favorite thing that came with the Edge of Fate?
Oh, most favorite, I think, is the story. I absolutely love that. Yeah, and just the mystery of what's coming next. Definitely just the favorite. And, I like the Portal too. And yeah, I think it was a pretty good package overall. Least favorite is probably just how gimmicky the new stuff is. Just Matter Spark
Matter
and
Ball. Yeah.
the Relocator and Matter Morph. Yeah, it's cool. I actually kind of like it,
Mhm.
but it's just really gimmicky. That's definitely, I think, my least favorite.
I mean, there's only one way to use it. There's no really creativity on your work. Well, let's point it over here and see what it does. No, you have to point it at the one thing and bounce it off. I mean, it was kind of cool. It's kind of cool, but yeah. Least and most favorite thing, Kingsley?
Most favorite, I'll go with story also. Really good story. I would love to say least favorite Portal, but I'll be fair because Portal's going to be around. It's not really directly related to just Edge of Fate. So I will say least favorite is also the gimmickiness of the stuff. It was really annoying in some missions too. Like, yet once again, go do Matter Spark over there, do this over there. And I don't think it really made the missions that much more fun. Now, I enjoyed it after the fact, exploring the world and doing little side quests, but in the missions, it was just way overdone.
It's nice to jump on it when you're farming Caldera. Getting through the portal things. For me, the thing I like the most is the new Solstice event because they +1'd all the gear. It gave people who are lesser power that haven't grinded to 450 yet able to get a possible tier 5, and definitely tier 4 is in my power range, at least at 355. So least favorite thing, it's got to be the Matter Spark ball. Probably, actually, the one thing I hate worse is the Matter Morph, where you had to go get the spores and then be able to see where to go.
Cut out on me.
What's that?
Easily.
Discord cut out on me.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You didn't. It must have been a flicker because we didn't miss you. You didn't miss any. You didn't picture anything. Didn't change any much. No, I would say the Matter Morph is probably my least favorite because every time I played the story, I had to go renew it. So. Okay. One, you still there, Kingsley?
It's fritzing for other people too in the chat.
It is.
Discord was still fritzing for me some, and it's not just my connection because other people in the chat are saying it too.
No, it's probably the server.
Yeah.
Discord itself.
Well, we're just about done. We'll push through here. One non-Destiny question from Zombie Pops. Question for the show: since today is apparently World Lizard Day, what is the best lizard in the world? Barrow, we always go to you first.
Is a gecko a lizard?
Yeah,
Let me say gecko.
Absolutely.
I don't know if there's like a different species, but I'm going to say, definitely gecko.
Kingsley, what about you, man?
What's the big one?
The ones that fall out of the trees when it's cold?
No, the big ones. They can't go in trees.
Oh, the Gila?
The really big ones.
The Gila?
Oh,
the Gila?
Gila monster?
Gila
sure,
monsters?
I'll go with that.
Yeah. Everybody knows the best lizard's an alligator. Come on, guys. Okay. Good question, Zombie Pops. All right, that's it for questions tonight. One thing I did want to mention before we go, we did our question of the week, and I just want to quickly share the results from that, and then we'll call it a night. Our question of the week this week was with the last week of the Solstice event wrapping up, did you take advantage of the tier +1 drops? 86%, almost 87% said yes. 13% said no. Tajo Trade mentioned you'd been crazy not to unless you're extremely casual and don't care about all the loot or grind in general. Then Deadpool 1 Merc said, of course I did, but I just wish I had more time to grind. I still have this week, but the school I work at is back in session, so I've been feeling drained when I get home sometimes. I hear you, man. Dimwee said, I think I ran like 3 missions and realized it's just running Caldera again and left. Okay. And then finally Saint said, wish that it had been a 3-week event like in past years. I want to take advantage of the boosted drops to catch up my light level. but I don't have enough hours in the days or weeks. Cutting a week from the event directly affected my ability to capitalize on the plus tier 1 drops and increased light drops. So there was our question of the week. Thank you everyone who participated in that. Next week I'll have another brand new question of the week. And if you're not part of our Discord, it's discord.gg/guardiandowncast. Enter in there. Make sure you say hi to everybody. Everybody will say hi to you when you join.
Hey, didn't everyone take advantage of the drops, no matter if they wanted to or not?
Well, I mean,
Because
I guess did they take
kind of a funny question.
I guess did they partake in the Solstice event and take advantage of it is what it kind of went there with.
Everyone did whether they wanted to or not, because it was just.
Well, no, they didn't have to put the modifiers on.
The activities.
They didn't have to put the modifiers on their armor. They could have said no.
They're
I
on
feel
by
like doing
default.
it. All right, getting into technicalities
Okay.
here. You know the vibe I was trying to get there.
Okay.
You know the vibe I was trying to get there.
I
No, I
understood
don't
what you were
actually.
saying.
You don't. Okay.
Everyone took advantage of it, no matter if they wanted to or not. I promise everyone did.
All right, before we go tonight, it is our we're going to add a song to our Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's a little time capsule of our podcast. And whenever we have a guest on, we give them the option of adding a song to our playlist. We have 1,247 songs ever since we started this very first episode in July of 2019. So I'll start with you, Barrel Barley. What did you add to the playlist tonight and why?
So I wanted to add Keep Hope Alive by the Crystal Method Band.
Great song. How do you like Crystal Method? I mean, you're not even of the age to like Crystal Method.
So it's okay. So where we live, okay. So my brothers did yard work
I get it.
for an older gentleman.
Okay.
And this older gentleman is the father-in-law to Scott Kirkland
Really?
from the Crystal Method Band. Yes.
Very nice.
So we kind of grew up around that band, and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
you know, the funny thing is, the old games that I used to play, like Need for Speed,
Yeah.
and
They had
a lot of
Crystal
the old.
Method.
So yeah, a lot of those old games had the Crystal Method Band. in
They
them.
did a lot of
So there
soundtracks
was-
back then. Remember they had one in for Halo.
For Halo,
Was it Halo? No, I'm thinking of another game.
they had one for Mortal Kombat.
No, I'm
I
thinking
know
of
that.
I'm thinking of a different group. Never mind.
But yeah,
Still,
but
I can hear it in
anyway,
my
so
head.
I've always been a fan of techno, and then
Nice,
Yeah.
man. I love that group. I added a Crystal Method song a long time ago. It's good to hear. Good to have another one entered into the playlist. Thanks, man. For me, it's very simple tonight. I wanted to add a brand new song from a band that I've added songs in the playlist to in the past. Their album just dropped. It's named Skeleta, and the song is called Lacrima, and it's the band Ghost. Ghost reminds me of the old hair bands from the 80s, but with a little modern, darker twist. And I love that. I love their band. It's a very good, if you like, old, not old, but, kind of light metal. It's not heavy. I guess it's heavy metal, but it's not like death metal. It's not that kind of metal, but it's more lighter, heavy metal. I love that band. Always loved that band. I listened to the whole album. The Skeleta, the whole album is fantastic. It's very good. So check that out. I'll add that to the playlist this weekend. You guys can check it out and go from there. That's it, guys. That is our show tonight. Thanks to everybody who hang in there. It's been a long show tonight. We had a little bit of a technical issue, which killed a little bit of our live stream time, but I appreciate everyone who gave their insights into our topic of the week tonight and gave us feedback on the TWAB and everything we've been talking about tonight. And thank you, Barrel Barley, for sharing your life with us tonight, man. I appreciate you coming on. I know, is this your first podcast?
Yeah, officially.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for
yeah.
the invite, and
Heck yeah.
yeah, this has been a great experience.
Yeah, I mean, sorry your PC bit the dust, but you probably, if you go back to it, I bet you it says it needs like 2 years worth of update of Windows updates, probably something like
No,
that.
it's actually a Mac.
Oh,
but it's pretty old.
It's a Mac,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, it is. But I am switching over to a PC once.
Good man.
No,
very
we were
soon,
talking
yeah.
when we were offline. It's probably hard drives going bad.
Yeah.
Nothing to
that's
do with
probably
updates.
it.
Nothing to do with updates.
But
Macs are good computers.
No.
I'm not a hater. I have all Apple
Or if you had a
products
10-year-old PC also, you would also have a hard drive issue.
You would.
it's been very reliable for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like.
I knew it wasn't a driver issue.
Macs are very hard to expand. That's the only reason I hate Macs and
Yeah.
Apple products.
Well,
They're very
and-
hard to increase storage and anything in them. They're very
Yes.
hardwired.
Yes.
Yet I
yeah,
still
that
have
is
iPhones.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Most
gotta- yeah.
PC laptops are these days too. Actually, the world's changing that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Only desktops are easy to expand.
I just bought just a cheap gaming laptop, and you definitely are limited to what you can put in it because everything is so integrated in laptops. But that's why I like a nice desktop PC. You can switch out just a little bit, just about anything on it. But yeah, they last a long time too. Very durable machines. And I watch mine break in the middle of the stream. Mine's only a year old, so thank God it's not having any issues yet. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming on and listening to our live show tonight. I usually have a little diatribe at the end that only our audio listeners hear, but I just want to thank everybody in the live chat tonight before I head out and do that. And Bear Barley, is there anywhere people can catch you on the interwebs? You want to give a shout out to somebody in the community? Whatever you want to do, man. This is your moment.
Really, I'm just in the Discord. I mean, if you want to find me, like, I don't really do social media. This is it.
Okay.
So that's why I'm kind of all in with it. Just
It's probably a good thing,
this
social
is the
media.
community.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I say hi every morning. Kingsley Mac, where can people find you, sir?
Nothing much to mention there other than the Discord. Find me in the Discord.
Awesome. Well, you can find me at Todd the Gator. It's TODDTHEGATR. I've got 3 gamer tags with that tag, just different numbers at the end of it for my Bungie ID. Check that out. Send me a friend request if you like. I'll look for those. And join our Discord. Man, I can't say it enough. Our Discord is awesome. We're one of the very few Discords that have really active communities going on in it. And I mean, every night there's something going on in our Discord. I love it. So thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. And speaking of which, we'll see you in the Discord. Later, Guardians. Kingsley was giving you a chance to say goodbye, Beryl.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Well, goodbye.
I forgot. It's so long. I gotta go. Sorry.
All right.